Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
High school football. I'm Josh Stallings alongside Jeff Roberts this week on WQEL 92.7 FM and streaming live online on that's WQEL.com on the OH Report. I apologize, but we are set for the Bucyrus, Redmen, and the Wynford Royals here from Wynford High School. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more of the pregame right after this. Wow, that was awful.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of the Burkhart Farm Center Game of the Week here on WQEL and streaming live on the OH Report. It is week number 6 of the high school football season, and we are in week 3 now of conference play. The Wynford Royals and the Bucyrus Redmen matching up. 47 years now, Jeff, of the Copper Kettle. It's been 25 straight wins for the Wynford Royals dating back to 1999. We'll see if Bucyrus can get it done on the road tonight, but it is an uphill sled for the Redmen under first-year head coach John Bucyrus. They are under a new quarterback in Brayden Campbell. Campbell making his 4th start now at the helm of the Bucyrus Redmen, and they got a tough task ahead of them tonight. We know that this offense finally maybe found their stride last week against Upper Sandusky. Over 400 yards of total offense, put up 42 points. Still came at a loss as Bucyrus comes in at 0-5 on the year, 0-2 in the conference. But Campbell maybe got some feet under him last week, kind of got comfortable with the guys on the outside to throw to. Maybe he get set up more comfortable with his offensive line, having more faith in his left tackle and his right tackle to protect the edges. But it's still, they are facing a very, very tough front seven of the Wynford Royals.
Oh, that front seven is fantastic, and it is the strength of the Wynford Royals. They've got some very good skill players, obviously, on both offense and defense, but ultimately they are winning games up front, and they're losing games up front. I mean, if they can control the line of scrimmage, Wynford Royals go home winners. When they can't, they go home losers. And at this point in time, I mean, I think the Royals are feeling like they're hitting their stride. They lost some close games early in the season, especially out of conference. Last week, though, they looked like a totally different football team against Mohawk. And quite honestly, for Wynford fans who over the last, however many years were so used to the Royal dominance that they had, and they were kind of trying to figure out what Kyle Skidmore was trying to implement here at Wynford, last week was a perfect example of what he wanted. It was dominance up front. Even when plays weren't looking that good, they were getting 5-6 yards at a time because they were just blowing bodies off the ball on offense. On defense, Mohawk got a couple of plays here and there, but quite frankly, they were there a lot. Wynford was there. They were tackling well. They were, stopping mostly most big plays from happening. And it was a total team effort that even though there were points in time where it felt like Mohawk could keep it a little close, it really wasn't. Wynford dominated that game really from the beginning to the end. And if they hit that type of stride going against an 0-5 football team in the Bucyrus Redmen, they're going to be really tough to stop again tonight.
And typically when you have a team like Wynford go up against a team like Mohawk, physicality, if you know anything about these teams in the area, Mohawk's going to be more physical.
Yes.
But Wynford went in and dominated them last week, and that's going to be a problem for Bucyrus tonight. They have got to match the physicality of the Wynford Royals. They got a 20-point win, 41-21 last week against Mohawk, and they are so strong up front. They're big. They got Skidmore. They got KJ Kotalik. Those guys can pave the road for Caden Blair, Anthony Evans, and that front for Bucyrus, they've got to step up. They've got to close the gaps, and it'll be interesting to see what the defensive staff for the Redmen come up with. Do we blitz heavy off the edge? Do we cram it in the middle? Or do we back? Because they got guys on the outside like James Rinfus. They don't have a lot of receivers, but Rinfus, one of the fastest guys in the N10, can take the ball deep, take the top off the defense, and somebody for Bucyrus is going to have to step up, match up against him, as well as cram the center.
Well, the problem is that Bucyrus is facing is where they're weakest is where Wynford's strongest, and that's on that line. And that's the reason why we were talking about keys to victory for Bucyrus. They got to figure out a way to slow things down up front, but yet at the same time not get beat deep. It seems like a tall task, especially for a team that is let up 56 points a game on average on the season in Bucyrus. But they're young up front, and what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to pack guys inside. And, I even, spoke to the coaching staff a little bit, and they knew going into this game that, when you talk about James Rinfus, that James Rinfus was going to have to be a guy they're going to have to guard him one-on-one. They just don't have the options. They would like to be able to run the normal defense and have it be able to work. But unfortunately, in this scenario, it's probably just not going to play out that well. They're just hoping that they can slow Wynford down, keep the game close, and put it in the hands of Brayden Campbell, their sophomore quarterback. Brayden, since he's come in, I think he's done a pretty darn nice job. As a sophomore, he's been on a young line. He's just kind of learning. Football. And quite honestly, didn't play football a year ago. But, here he is at this point in time. He's thrown 7 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. And as a sophomore, when you have a better touchdown-interception ratio, that's probably a good first step that, a player's throwing pretty well. A week ago, he threw for over 300 yards. And the other thing that really impresses me is he's completing 60% of his passes. So, he's doing a nice job of looking around and finding what the defense is giving him. He's also taking over a little bit as a leader out there for Bucyrus, which is sometimes hard for sophomores to do, but I think it's a little bit easier on this team because they have so many underclassmen that are out there playing. So I think he feels like these people are my class, maybe even younger than me, and I need to be out there as somebody who is trying to kind of help them kind of take that step forward. And that's what they're going to need in this game. They're going to need big step forward out of a lot of different players for them to be able to pick up a victory.
Absolutely. Key to development right there. 3 turnovers last week, and that right there is how you have to develop week to week. You got to eliminate those. You're not going to win here on the road tonight, turning the ball over 3 times. You have to take care of the football, sustain drives, and push it down the field.
Well, and part of the issue is that Bucyrus is in a bizarre situation. Like, they like to run a spread. They like to run they like to throw the football because they don't run the football very well. They just on the season effectively running the football. It's been dreadful. They're averaging less than 2 yards a carry on a run, so they have to throw the ball. But yet their defense is so weak that ideally they would like to kind of minimize possessions so Ashton Warren doesn't get a lot of the ball in his hands that much in that offense. And quite honestly, Ashton, a week ago against Mohawk, threw that great touchdown pass to James Rinfus, back corner of the end zone, threw another one to Jake Stover. We're looking at right now on the replay on the OH report. And then had an interception on the defensive end of the ball. He was sort of kind of all over the place. But when, Warren is out there and he's got his full complement of players around him, that was the play that I was most impressed with if you're watching on the replay. They did the fake handoff. And a matter of fact, they faked the handoff to both Blair and to Evans, and he took it around the edge. And, every once in a while, when Wynford can throw in some other plays like that, and they can go for a deep shot to Rinfus, things like that, this offense becomes different because they go from being the team that is just power running to somebody who moves it all over the place. And I'll be honest with you, if you look at, the way Bucyrus is kind of structured, they would ideally like to kind of minimize possessions, keep this into a game that it's kind of a slugfest. But they're just not really built that way, unfortunately, with what their struggles have been on defense. And they're just going to have to figure out a way to kind of slow this team down. And then hopefully the offense, if you're a Bucyrus Redmen fan, can get some points on the board and keep them in it.
Getting set for week number 6 here on WQEL 92.7 FM and streaming live online on the OH Report. It's the Copper Kettle between the Wynford Royals and the Bucyrus Redmen coming up here on WQEL 92.7 FM.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa! Grandpa! I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
QEL 92.7 FM and streaming live online on the OH Report. I'm Josh Stallings, once again alongside Jeff Roberts for another edition of the Copper Kettle here between the Wynford Royals and the Bucyrus Redmen. Bucyrus won the toss. They will receive and head north. Number 3, Cam Lewis, back at his 10-yard line, set to receive the kickoff. He is joined by Bardo and Kevin Combs. They'll take a stance about 10 yards in front of him. And it looks like Wynford might want to do something a little special here on the kickoff. Well, or are they just waiting for the cheerleaders?
They're waiting for to get that giant Wynford Royal banner that they brought out that they ran through off the field. They're like, all right, we're going to fold it properly, but this could take 15, 20 minutes. Like, I'll tell you right now.
I don't know. Laundry.
Drag it off the field.
The Redmen in their white uniforms. They got the red shoulders, red socks, black helmets. And Wynford in their home all blues, blue pants, blue jersey. They got the silver numerals and the silver helmets with the blue face masks. Beautiful weather here in week number 6 here in Crawford County. It is sunny and 75, as Joe Nichols would say, as we get set for the first quarter of action.
Then Bucyrus getting to start things off. We'll see their offense first. And the offense, especially the passing game, has been the strength of the team, both offensively and defensively at this point in time. Don't expect to see any hesitation in seeing the sophomore Campbell throw it in the air.
Here we go in week number 6. Teeing it up, 61. That is Mr. Evan Wolf. Or no, excuse me, 51. That is Victor Bucyrus. Bucyrus is going to send a bouncer down the field. Oh, it's going to get by the second man. They're going to have to track it out of bounds, and that is lucky for Bucyrus as they're going to get the flag on the play. So great field position for Bucyrus as Bardo missed the hop.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
I don't think he's an infielder in the sprint.
No, absolutely not. He's out there running track, and you can, see he didn't even do a very good job of framing up the body in front of it. But it was a
shoulder square,
yes,
man. You got to work your way to the play.
Bend at the knees, kid. But they're going to have him re-kick.
Yeah.
But it was a screamer down the field there, and like I said, guys just couldn't seem to move their body in front of it, and Wynford's going to have to push back and re-kick again.
All right, so we'll redo it with Victor Arellano Cazares.
I've always said that I would have teams re-kick more often.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why coaches are just so willing to take what is oftentimes not great field position. But you see it a lot. Like this one, I could have gone either way because Arellano Cazares has actually got a pretty good leg, and he kicks it pretty deep. But especially when you see these teams where the kickoff guy can only get it down to the 30-yard line anyway, go ahead and have him re-kick it. You'll get good field position either way.
Absolutely. So they'll bump the return guy up. Cam now standing at his 15. Cazares will step it off. Great crowd on hand here at Wynford tonight. Of course, Bucyrus fans only have to travel about a mile down the road, but Wynford and Bucyrus both showing out tonight to support their teams. Another squib kick, bobbled by the up man, and he'll have to cover it up, and it will be 1st and 10 at the 38. Mun Page, Demarius, who's had a nice season so far, takes that and will cover it up for Bucyrus, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, and actually, having them re-kick lost them a couple of yards, but either way, but not enough that it really
field that clean. I don't think he's
that's the point. Is that if he takes that and he fields it clean, he's got a little return, and they're going to get better field position. So kind of works out in Wynford's favor, but still decent field position to start things off for the first drive for the Redmen.
So here we see the sophomore, 5'11", 160-pound Brayden Campbell on the field. He will start this in the pistol. He's got Bardo behind him, trips to the left side. Kurgis, his big target, wide left. He's going to throw on 1st down. Escapes the pocket, going to dump off Bardo at the 35. Bardo trying to make a man miss. Arm tackle, gets by one, but falls backwards It'll be a loss of about one as Bardo couldn't get the feet rolling. Tackle made over there by 52. That's Bryce Locker as well as 80, Jake Stover.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were so far behind the line of scrimmage on the play. I mean, Bardo, by the time he caught the ball, was probably 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So at that point in time, as he cuts up field, there's just a whole slew of Wynford Royals coming at him and nowhere to go.
Second play of the ball game for the Redmen on offense. They'll bunch up doubles, 2nd and 11. Now they're going to motion Cam into the backfield, motion him right side. Campbell steps back, cross the middle, pass is tipped, almost intercepted, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, unfortunately, it's kind of a weird battle in the middle. The center for the Bucyrus Redmen is freshman Lincoln Blizzard, which they list at 5'7", and I can tell you right now, I know Lincoln, it is a gift. And the guy who goes right over center is Katalik, who's 6'8", 295 pounds.
And I think he might have grown an inch since the start of football.
I'm not joking when I tell everybody it is more than a foot and more than 100 pounds difference between the two. And Katalik was the one right in Campbell's face on that play.
Trips to the right side. Campbell wants to throw. Now pump fakes across the middle and deflected. He needed a little bit more air under it, trying to get it to 13, Christian Neal.
Yep. Pressure coming in his face on that play.
And Jeff, I think that Bucyrus actually ran that play with only 10 guys.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, unfortunately, as you get young teams, even when you're 5 games in, and when you get teams that are struggling, there tends to be a lot of mental mistakes. And
now they'll go unbalanced right.
Yep.
Tight end right, so basically quads to the right side on 4th and 11.
We'll see if they try to do the quick kick again.
Poach punt, Campbell fields it, lets it
there it goes.
Wynford doesn't drop anybody back deep. The punt will roll down, and a decent punt by Campbell. Fielded at the 30, and that's where Wynford will take over 1st and 10. So 3 straight passes by Bucyrus. Doesn't get him anywhere, and now the Wynford Royals will take over 1st and 10.
We'll give it an opportunity to remind everybody that the first person that scores in this game will get our Chevrolet of Bucyrus Save More on Route 4 first to score. That player, whoever team it is on, will get themselves a local fast food restaurant gift card and a T-shirt from Chevrolet of Bucyrus. So that's coming up here. Whoever scores first.
Here comes Ashton Warren and the Royals. Warren will go with the 2 backs in the backfield under center. Ashton going to hand off to the fullback. That's Anthony Evans. Spins over one defender. Gets up to the 37-yard line, and Anthony Evans with a nice gain on 1st down.
Yeah, absolutely. Devin Deskins brought into the game, and he's the one who made the tackle. Deskins, kind of interestingly, they brought him in as kind of a speed guy in the interior defensive line. Deskins, 5'10", 140 pounds. Tomorrow he'll run cross country. He's that guy. But they're going to play him at defensive tackle, hoping to use his speed to get into the backfield.
Warren again under center. Puts Renfus in motion. Again, this time it's Blair. Blair, the fullback, will roll over the 45 and go down just past the 45 for a 1st down for Wynford. So both Blair and Evans with nice carries here to start this drive. They have a 1st down.
And again, this is who the Wynford Royals were a week ago, too. It wasn't necessarily all the big plays. They got some big plays, but even when they weren't hitting the big plays, they were getting 5, 6, 7 yards, and it just dominated the game in every way. I mean, it's so tough on a defense when you realize you can't get them into the backfield, and right now Bucyrus can't get anybody there.
Tight end Stover goes motion right to left. Here's Evans with a little shimmy, a little shake.
Oh, ball's up!
Oh, ball is loose!
I think Wynford got it, though.
Yep, Evans, I think, able to cover his own fumble.
No, it was Renfus who came back and grabbed
James,
it.
Yep.
Very heads-up play. Again, corner Kevin Combs, I think, was the one who stepped up and made the tackle, and he just put his helmet, right on the ball, and you can see it as he's coming around. It's a good move to get around Kurgis, and there's Combs comes up and put a helmet on the ball, popped it right up.
That's perfect.
But Renfus was there, and heads-up play right there by Renfus, stand up saving that one.
Caught it out of the air. Now here is Hunter Rouston, and Renfus going to line up wide to the right. Tight end left. Ashton Warren under center with 2 backs behind him. Wants to throw. Slot pass. Renfus has it. Rouston with a nice block. Renfus on the move over the 30, 25, and down at the 22-yard line. What a block by Hunter Rouston. James Renfus showing the wheels. And Ashton Warren connecting on his first pass for a 1st down.
And unfortunately, you can see what has plagued Bucyrus throughout the season, which is it's not just that they're getting hit in the running game. Unfortunately, they get slashed in the passing game because of missed tackles. I mean, it was bad misdirection, guys taking the wrong route, and one guy getting just juked to the defensive back on Wynford was caught hugging air. So great play.
Ashton wastes no time. ISO play up the middle with Blair. He's got another fresh set of downs down to the 11-yard line. Caden Blair's got the wheels turning, gets them inside the red zone.
And they're just moving the ball at will. I mean, this is just too easy. It's 8 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, 26 yards, 13 yards. If Bucyrus doesn't figure something different out real quick, it's going to be a very, very long night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, unfortunately, I think they're trying to. They're just still getting pushed around. I mean, they're so undersized by comparison up front.
Wynford's toss play going right to left. James looking for a block, cuts it up in the center, and he is going to be gang tackled, brought down after a gain of, call it 6. Wynford, though, the speed guy, and that's something we haven't seen out of Wynford a lot, getting James action out of the backfield.
Yep. But I like it because for a team that is so known to be a power running team with Evans and Blair, throwing in a wrinkle every once in a while. You don't have to do it a lot, but if you do it a little, you can catch teams off guard and you get yourself some big plays.
Wynford again going to go unbalanced right. Spins, hands off. That's Blair plowing his way forward. Blair into the end zone. Touchdown, Wynford.
They met him at the line of scrimmage there, but Blair able to roll himself off the tackle from Munpage and roll forward to get into the end zone for the touchdown.
4 yards.
There is a flag down,
run.
though. Right down at about the 2-yard line. So
right in the center
and they'll
of
say
everything.
Face mask on Bucyrus, so the touchdown will stand.
So with 7:43 to go in the first quarter, the Royals will decline the penalty, and it will be touchdown Wynford.
That was easy. And again, this is what we feared, if you're a Bucyrus Redmen fan, could be the problem, is do they have the bodies that can handle up front against this big physical Wynford offensive line and running attack? And so far they proved not so much.
They'll motion everybody in and set up for the extra point. Snap back, Warren's hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:43 to go in the first quarter, it's Wynford 7 and the Bucyrus Redmen 0. Colin Halsmeyer puts the extra point through, and it will be the Royals on defense when we come back. Leading at 7-0, and with the penalty, Wynford will be kicking off from the Bucyrus 45-yard line.
Yep, you get the 15-yarder. Works out pretty well in your favor at that point in time, so could be a problem.
This time they go deep. It's going to roll out of the back of the end zone, and it will be touchback for the Redmen.
Want to remind everybody, we got our first award winner here. Congratulations goes out to Caden Blair. Caden Blair, the Chevrolet of Bucyrus, saved more in Route 4, first to score. With that, Caden gets himself a local fast food restaurant gift card and a T-shirt from Chevrolet of Bucyrus. So thanks to Chevrolet of Bucyrus, and congratulations, Caden Blair. That touchdown score puts him the first award winner of many tonight that we will be doing in this ballgame.
Redmen back out on the field for their second possession of the ball game, trailing 7-0. Campbell under center. He'll send trips to the right. Bardo on his left hip. Bardo's going to get the carry, trying to bounce it right side. Gets off an arm tackle. Gets off a second, but he still is going to be wrapped up in the backfield. He was slowed down just enough. It'll be a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, every time he gets around one guy, there's another one there. You know, the pressure's coming right up the middle on him. And, he's like, all right, I better bounce this. And then, it's like, oh, there's a guy coming there. I better bounce it again. But it looks like a personal foul on Wynford. So a 15-yard penalty is going to give Bucyrus their first down of the game. I don't know.
Against Wynford.
Yeah, I actually missed what the
the
call was. Face mask, okay, so there it was. So they'll go out to the 35-yard line. We'll see how Bucyrus can go from here.
Empty backfield on 1st and 10. Campbell at his 30. Has the snap. Going to roll left side. Looking downfield. Trying to find an opening. And it looks like he wanted to go to Cam Lewis, but Cam was nowhere near. Either Campbell needed to put about 10 more yards on it to get to Kurgis, or just trying to get rid of it.
Well, and I think that's where the confusion was. I think he was going to an area, and actually I think he was thinking Kurgis was going to come back. Like, Kurgis ran the route deep, and I think they were just kind of on a misdirection, because if you looked at the way Lewis kind of pulled up on the route, he was like, this is not meant for me. So, a little miscommunication.
Trips left on 2nd and 10. Bardo will motion right side. High snap. Campbell comes down with it, slants across the middle, and it is way low of Cam Lewis.
I mean, the pressure getting in Campbell's face. But I mean, he's got a 6'8" guy who's coming right up the middle on him, and by the way, they blitzed from the right end too. So he's trying to figure out a way to get it out around the outstretched arms of guys who are a heck of a lot bigger and covering up a whole lot of space. So
they're going to have to block low, keep Katalik out of his face. Here's Campbell on 3rd down. Once again, lines up with Bardo. Bardo motions right. Campbell sets up, comes near side, has Neal, and Neal off his hands and incomplete.
Yep. A little off the mark, but still catchable ball right there.
And hit him in the hands.
Neal just couldn't pull it in. So once again, they're going to have to punt this thing away, as Bucyrus has now had 1 first down on a penalty, and 2 drives have got -1 yard of offense.
6 passing plays, 1 running play so far for Bucyrus, and like you said, they'll punt it away here. I don't know if Wynford. Yep. Coach Amlin for the Royals telling Blair to get back deep. He will set up at the 40.
And now they're going to move Bardo out to the side, put 4 receivers over there, see if they can fool him, but nope. And it's
a terrible kick by Campbell.
Yep.
Got
a little roll.
The 45 down to the 42.5
23 yards.
Yep.
23-yard kick.
But when you don't have a kicker, that's what you got to do.
Squib kick, and again, just not working out here early on for the Bucyrus Redmen, that's for sure. But we'll see what Wynford comes out, and if, as they do, can Bucyrus make any type of adjustments here that will alter what Wynford just did on their first drive?
That Bucyrus drive took only 40 seconds off the clock.
Well,
7:03 to go here in the first. Wynford leading 7-0 at home. Renfus comes wide to the right. They'll go Stover with the tight end right side. 2 backs in the backfield behind Warren under center. Ashton hands to the fullback. Blair breaks off 1 tackle, pushing forward. Gets to the 45 and knocked down there. 2.5, 3-yard gain.
Yep. That was actually Bucyrus' best job defensively. They really packed everybody in tight. And it was pretty impressive that Blair was able to get 3 yards on it, because there was a lot of Redmen in that area, not a lot of holes to go through.
2nd and 7 now. Clock winding here in the first quarter. 1 right, 1 to the left. Again, Ashton Warren under center. Going to fake the handoff. Wants to throw into the flats. He's got Blair. Rouston. Nice block again by Hunter on the outside, but a flag comes in.
Nope, they're
going to get him for initiating contact too soon. But that's a questionable call, because he was stalk blocking the whole time.
Right.
He didn't make contact until Ashton let the ball go.
So, they're like
I know we have a better vantage point.
No, but absolutely. But from where we were up here, you knew that's where because they threw the flag right where the block was. And
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
At the
a
end of
little
the play,
egregious there.
a little
Okay.
bit, I don't know. He spun off and, the push came, he just didn't let go.
Good acting job.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he was pushed out of the play, though. It was good blocking right there by Routson out on the edge. Still, it'll get him some positive yards because there was a big play to Blair, and where the penalty was, it's not going to be 2nd down and 2.
One wide receiver, they go to Anthony Evans. Evans with a little juke move at the line, gets a first down over the 45, and he is at the 44-yard line now of Bucyrus. That'll move the sticks. And the Wynford Royals, again, driving this ball against the Redmen.
See, but if I'm Bucyrus, I'm thinking defensively, I'm like, what you don't want is what just got called back. You got to keep Wynford from getting 20-yard plays. If they're going to get 3-4 yards at a time, they might score, but you've got to keep it inside of a couple of possessions. You just can't let this thing get away from you, and that's what will happen if they score big plays.
Warren again, under center on 1st and 10, goes to the fullback. This time it's Evans. Evans driving the legs, and he is right at the sticks. I think they're going to give him another first down. 10-yard carry for Anthony Evans.
Look at how many blue jerseys are 10 yards downfield. Basically the entire offensive line. Everybody is pushed downfield. I mean, there is 4 of the offensive linemen for Wynford not only took their defensive linemen off the ball, but we're able to get to linebackers. That is bad odds if you're Bucyrus.
Renfrews a tight end. They'll motion him in the backfield. Fake the pitch this time. Ashton Warren
Well
cuts up
done.
the center off tackle. Ashton breaks a tackle. He's into the second level.
Cuts back.
Ashton cuts back center of the field over the 20-15-yard line and goes down at the 12-yard line. Great play call. After the toss play on the last drive to Ashton Warren, to James Renfrews, got him a nice gain. Fakes the toss. Ashton keeps it himself. Uses the legs to get the first down.
Yeah, 22-yard pickup right there. Just way too easy. And again, one of the things I always say is if you get a 5-yard run, that means the line's blocking well. If you get a 20-yard run, that means the receivers are too. And you could see guys downfield. They were pushing Bucyrus bodies all over the place.
Hurry to the line. They're going to go this time to Blair. Blair on the ISO, straight up the gut. Not a lot there.
I think that was Elkert.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Chandler Elkert, his first carry of the night.
Elkert played a lot last week in a game that, came in late. Blair, pretty much the entire first half, and then they brought in Elkert after that. Had a very nice game for them.
4:10 to go here in the first quarter. Wynford threatening again. Rouston goes wide left. James in a slot right. Again, Renfrews goes in motion. Fake the toss. Warren's going to roll out right side. Not a lot there. Across the middle. He wanted Rouston, and it's incomplete. Rouston
and there's a very late
from
flag.
The back judge.
Yep. I think he was looking around at everybody else going, anybody going to throw this? And nobody did. And Kevin Combs stepped up. I mean, I thought it was close. I was like, I think he maybe got there a little too early, but it didn't seem like anybody was going to call it. We get to see the replay on the OH report. Unfortunately, it's tough to tell exactly. I mean, it's such a bang-bang play, but still that's going to work against Bucyrus, and it will be move it down, and it's going to be 2nd and 2. Bring it down to about the 7-yard line. Nope, I'm sorry, down to about the 4-yard line, half the distance.
Evans and Elkert in the backfield. They'll go 3 in the backfield.
Yep.
Renfrews joins him on the right side. Ashton, hard count. Spins, gives to Evans. Evans, a little shimmy, trying to drive for the goal line. Gets down to the 1-yard line where he's knocked down there.
Yeah, I think Kurgis got him.
Stop. Yep.
But I'll say this, you know what? What an impressive run. I know it's 1 yard. He's got 3 guys right in front of him, and he slid through them. He got them to over-pursue a little bit, and he was able to just dive himself forward to get a positive yard. That should have been a 1-yard loss. It ended up being a 1-yard pickup. I know it doesn't seem like much, but in the course of a game of inches, those are big deal runs.
Absolutely. Evans and Blair back there.
There's
they go
Blair.
to
Easy
Kendall. No, we have a flag before the play.
Now they're going to say Wynford didn't set over on the receiver, I'm going to guess, because that's where the discussions are. James Renfrews is over there having a nice long conversation with the official there.
He's pleading that he asked him, am I off the line? And he said yes, but now they're going to get him for an illegal formation.
Yep. You see the procedure penalty called in the middle, and they'll march that back a little bit.
3:16 to go here in the first quarter. Wynford 7, Bucyrus 0 on WQEL and streaming live online on the OH Report.
I gotta be honest. You know what? This is going to sound silly, but I think for Bucyrus, I mean, you got to look at it and just look at everything as a little bit of a win, and not just the 5 yards off. I mean, it's still first down from the 6-yard line. Wynford's got plenty of opportunities, but it's still taking him a little more time. The clock. You got to minimize possessions here. There it is.
Wide left, trying to give it to Evans. Evans making a move to the outside, looking for the corner, and he's got it. Anthony Evans into the end zone, touchdown.
Once again,
that's the speed of Anthony Evans right there.
Once again, Bucyrus took another bad angle to go try to take a tackle on that, and Evans just too fast. He ran right past the defender, and you know what? It's really interesting, and that's kind of a sign of a young team. Is young players oftentimes. It's one of those things you work on when you're a freshman, when you're in JV. It's like angle of pursuit. And I was actually talking to the Bucyrus coaching staff, and they said we work on it all the time because we have to. And they're still learning. You can tell right there. But great run right there by Evans. Great blocking up front.
Colin Holzmeyer, extra point is up, and it is good. 14-0 here with 3:08 to go in the first quarter. It's the battle of the Copper Kettle between Wynford and Bucyrus. We'll be right back. Bucyrus 0 here in the first quarter. Cam Lewis back deep. Awaiting the Bucyrus kickoff. Again, a bouncer. Munn Page will let it go. And again, they're going to have to fall on it back at the 27. Combs able to cover it up, and that's where Bucyrus will start 1st and 10.
Bucyrus' kick return is so spread out that bouncer is giving them a lot of problems because it gets through the gaps that they have, and then the guys who are in the back are not getting in front of it very well, partially because it's just taking weird bounces because they're basically almost kicking like an onside kick except doing it 25, 30 yards downfield.
So once again, not great field position for the Redmen. They'll try and get something going offensively here. They've been pass heavy so far, but back-to-back punts on their first drives. Trips to the left, 2 to the right, with an empty backfield for Campbell. Campbell at his 21, wants to throw it. Steps up, across the middle. It's behind the intended receiver and incomplete.
They're going to get a late hit
for Bardo, but yes, a late hit.
And Campbell a little slow getting up.
Took a shot there.
He sure did. They did a little stunt coming around from the left side of the defensive end. They left a hole right up the middle.
Oh, that's easy play or easy call.
And had an open lick right there, defensive end coming through. Again, they brought him on the stunt coming around from the corner of the defensive end. Came around Katalik. 3 of the defenders all went to go block Katalik. Defensive end comes in untouched. And Campbell getting rid of that ball in a hurry, took a shot right in the rib cage.
So the personal foul will bump it up to the 41-yard line. Redmen 1st and 10 now. Best field position so far.
Yeah, 30 yards of offense, and it's all on penalties. Well, 29 because they're actually -1.
Yeeks.
Yep, not so good.
Here's Bardo on 1st and 10. Bardo gets a yard.
There they go. They got it back. 30 yards now of offense.
Tried the A-gap on the right side, able to get about 1.5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 9. Clock winding here in the first quarter. Wynford 14, Bucyrus 0. Over on WBCO tonight, it is Carey and Crawford. Jared Moore, Tim Byrie on the call. So check out our sister station, 107.5 WBCO. 2nd and a long 8. Campbell going to lob one near side, and it's incomplete.
Yep.
Looking for Dylan Koppler.
He's 6'5", so,
he needed to be about 7'5".
Throw it up high, but, when Campbell took over as the starting quarterback, he did tell me, he goes, the biggest thing I'm struggling with is the height of everybody in front of me. Linemen, he actually joked, he goes, not really so much my linemen, but the linemen coming at me, and he goes, trying to get it around those outstretched arms. And you can kind of see there, and what you're seeing a lot is he's getting pressure in his face, and he's trying to get it away from them so they don't knock his passes down, but he's overthrowing his receivers.
2:25 in the first. Campbell going to motion Bardo right side. Wants to throw it. Slings. Neal has it at the 45. Breaks the tackle. Neal at the 50. Trying to shake another one. Driving his legs and then gang tackled by the Royals. They'll give him forward progress to the 49-yard line. Great play there. Christian Neal showing some fight.
I got to be honest with you, I love the play design. I like the execution of the pass and catch. But this is the type of thing, Neal's going to be a really nice player. He's only a sophomore, and he's really growing. But he had an opportunity to cut that thing upfield and go for the first down, and instead he was dancing around too much. It's 2 yards to the first down marker. Make a run for it. Like, you're struggling to move the football. Stop trying to get 50 yards. Get the first down.
Looks like the Redmen will roll here on 4th and 2 from their 49. They need the 49 of Wynford.
They're trying to do a hard count, get him to jump. Nothing there. Down to 7 seconds on the play clock now. And they'll go call a timeout.
Yep. Timeout taken by Coach Buchko with 1:34 to go here in the first. Wynford with the lead, 14-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Back on WQEL, I'm Josh Stallings alongside Jeff Roberts tonight. And of course, it's Friday night, so don't forget to call in for the phone board show with Davy Jones, 419-562-2222. Toll free, 1-888-430024. Davy, looking for all your scores, all your sports thoughts, whatever you want to talk about inside the phone board. Call up Davy tonight inside the Friday night phone board.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Buchko calls up here. It doesn't surprise me that he's looking at potentially going for it. It's 4th down and 2, the best they've had so far in the game. But what is he going to dial up that's going to get him those 2 yards, because he has not moved the ball effectively so far?
Doubles formation. They're at the 49. They need the opposite 49. Campbell steps up to throw.
There it is.
Flag route complete. Christian Neal got behind everyone, and Christian Neal's going to win a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Bucyrus. What a play call by Buchko. Christian Neal escaped. Nobody in the same area code. Touchdown, Redmen.
Yeah, they all came up to the up receiver, and Neal was sneaking out behind him, and then Campbell, when he released the ball, all the defenders were breaking up on Kurgis, thinking that's where it was going to go, and it ended up being Neal over the top. Blair, the outstretched arm, couldn't reach it, couldn't knock it down. 51-yard touchdown pass for the Bucyrus Redmen.
So now 14-6, and it looks like the Redmen are going to line up to go for 2. Campbell's got Bardo on his left hip, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap is back, sets up, cross the middle, passes high, and we have a flag. I think that's going to be pass interference on Wynford. So
yeah, Koppler was the one running over the middle. It looks like he got kind of shoved in the back right as the ball was coming in.
No, illegal man downfield.
Nope, illegal man downfield. So actually it was good timing right there. Nice job by Evan Wright, middle linebacker. And if that is the case, that will be a quick decline, and sure enough, Bucyrus will be kicking off here.
That is the call. 2-point conversion attempt is no good, so the score remains 14-6 with 1:25 to go here in the opening quarter. We'll take a timeout. Wynford with the ball right after this. 92.7 FM, WQEL.com. A drop kick. It's going to be fair caught at the 42-yard line. You don't see that every day, Jeff.
No, that you do not. And I know, talking to Coach Butchko a couple of weeks ago, he did tell me, he goes, I was a little confused when we saw them play Cardington. I said, what's with the soft kickoffs and stuff? And he goes, our kick coverage just isn't there yet. Like, he said, unfortunately, he goes, we're young, we don't tackle well. He goes, and we just have to come up with other ways. If we kick deep, he goes, I feel like they're going to score 50% of the time. Like, honestly, he's like, it's just not, unfortunately, not there. So they're doing different things.
So here's Ashton Warren under center, wants to throw here on first down.
Wide open.
Deep across the middle. He's got James Wynford, the speedster, hauls it into the 20, and he goes down inside the 15 at the 10-yard line. What a dot by Ashton Warren. Beautiful pocket, and Ashton delivers a strike. Yeah,
absolutely. He got away early and fast. I mean, right away I saw him. He was wide open. Combs is sort of kind of locked on a man-on-man with James out there, and that's what they knew coming into the game. They knew in order to stop the running game, they were going to have to put Kevin on him one-on-one. But I don't know what happened. He kind of just fell apart out there. I don't know if he slipped, but Wynford was 10 yards away from him. It just took Warren a little bit of time to kind of open up.
Nobody covering Hunter Rouston out on the outside, and they don't need to because Wynford's going to run it straight up the gut with Blair. Blair gets inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, so a gain of 6. But, man, he could have thrown a quick slant or even a stop route to Hunter Rouston out there. The DB was on the inside shade about 5 yards.
Yeah, Grady Weber is not really playing it like he's much of a threat. He was basically saying, all right, I'm looking at the run way more than I'm looking at this receiver.
Again, Ashton under center. Toss play, moving near side. Blair
easy in.
Almost untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Wynford. Caden Blair makes it 20-6 here with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter, and this Wynford offense is rolling.
Yeah, it sure is. And like I said, I was telling people, I'm like a week ago, this is who the Wynford Royals expect to be on offense, with Kyle Skidmore. That, like, power up front, move people off the ball. And when they did it to Mohawk, I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem for Bucyrus because that's where they're weakest. This is kind of, they're young up front, they're not very big, and they're just bullying them up front.
Alsmeyer's extra point is up, and it is good. 21-6 with 29 seconds to go here at Wynford. The Royals leading here in the 47th Battle of the Copper Kettle. We'll be right back after this.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa,
I still got it.
hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
And we're back on WQEL and streaming live online on the OH Report. I'm Josh Stallings once again alongside Jeff Roberts. Wynford leading this one 21-6. 2 touchdown runs for Caden Blair, 1 from Anthony Evans. Ball is going to be picked up at the 21-yard line. Up the far side, nice opening for Combs, and Combs is actually going to give Bucyrus pretty good starting field position, as he'll be right about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice return. I mean, Combs has got speed. If he gets a clear path and some space, he can do some damage.
Bucyrus will try and replicate the success of their last drive.
Yep, 24-yard return.
Neal.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. And I apologize. Correction. WBCO is at Galleon and Ontario.
Yes, they are over at Ontario.
Crawford, so I apologize.
I do have
Jared Moore on the call of that.
Carey up 7-0 in that game versus Crawford, though. Thank you, OH Report. Able to take a look at that.
Trips left side. They're going to go to Bardo. Bardo on the ISO.
That's a nice run.
And a pickup of 6.
Bardo getting
Good
some
patience
pressure
by
in the
Blaine Bardo.
backfield. He had a body coming at him, straight at him, and he took it and he just kind of bounced it one step to his right to get around that guy and got around the edge.
That should do it for the first quarter of play here from Wynford. And it will. Bucyrus won't run another play, so we'll take another timeout. At the end of one, it's the Royals 21 and the Bucyrus Redmen 6. We'll be back on WQEL and the OH Report with the second quarter right after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
WQEL, the Redmen with the football. Sophomore Brayden Campbell will set up in the gun. Ball at the 49. Going to give off. Bardo looking for an opening. Trying to turn the corner. Can't do it.
Well defended right there. Great job.
Ashton Warren, the quarterback and safety, comes up and makes the stick.
What they've been doing with Warren is at times, early in the season we saw him, he was always playing sort of deep safety. They've been sneaking him up closer to the line of scrimmage more recently. I saw it last week too, where they can kind of use his ranginess and kind of move him around a little. And you can see there, I mean, he read that play immediately. He was sprinting into the backfield when the ball was snapped. He knew it was going to Bardo.
You could say you watched some film this week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing.
2 left, slot right with Kurgis on the outside of him. Campbell wants to throw. Across the middle, he's got Neal. Neal at the 40, breaks a tackle, breaks another. Neal, 3 broken tackles, and he gets down to the 31-yard line. Christian Neal, his second reception tonight, and he picks up another first down, and Neal's looking solid.
I'm telling you, I said earlier, I'm like, well, I wanted to see Neal kind of dive for that first down marker. A play later, he was in the end zone. But I said then, and I meant it, he's legit. I mean, he's only a sophomore, but he's growing into himself, and he's becoming a darn good receiver out there for Bucyrus.
Campbell sets up. He'll send Bardo wide to the left, wants to throw it. Pocket. High pass and intended for Christian Neal is incomplete. Wynford was in man-to-man coverage there, and he needed to put that more on a line underneath the defender because he had Neal.
Yeah, he was trying to touch it over the top of the defender, but just aired it out a little bit too much on that play.
We need a frozen rope there, young man. 2nd and 10. Doubles formation as Campbell going to set up in the pistol. Line to gain is the 23. Campbell wants to throw again. Has Christian Neal. Neal at the 23-yard line. He'll be right about at the sticks.
Yeah, that's really close to a first down. And again, he's taking what Wynford is giving him. The slot defenders are dropping way back, and Neal's just carving short routes right over the middle, and Campbell's doing a good job finding him.
Back-to-back first. Oh, they're going to mark him a yard shy.
1 yard short.
No, they're going to measure it.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe they did get a first down.
So the clock stops.
It did look a little shy at the first marking, but now as I'm looking at it from where the side marker is, I think he might have gotten it. We're going to just see here.
10:42 to go, first half. We'll stretch him out.
Oh, that's close. It's going to be close. That is not that close, actually. Half yard short.
Yep. So Bucyrus will be looking at a 3rd and a foot.
Yep. Unfortunately for Bucyrus, for every other team in the world, this is an easy run for a first down. For Bucyrus, when you average less than 2 yards a carry on the season, it's not that easy. No. So, And unfortunately, for as many good things as Campbell does do, he's not super speedy. So it's not like you can just say, catch the ball and sprint as fast as you can straight ahead. And by the way, right over the middle is, like I said, the size mismatch between the center and the defensive lineman that we talked about earlier. So pushing him off the ball is not going to be exactly easy either.
Redmen trying to get in the red zone here. Just outside of it at the 23. Need a foot for a first down. Campbell,
I think they got Wynford to jump. They did. Catalic actually.
Neutral zone infraction against KJ. Catalic will move the chains for the Redmen. And that's not necessarily how they want to get first downs, but
I don't think
Coach
you'd
Bucyrus
care.
will take it.
I don't think you care if you're Bucyrus. They're going to say.
I did not see a flinch.
Wow. Who are they saying jumped? And Buchko wants. And
both side judges threw the flag.
We're going to look here. We got a replay on the OH report. And
Christian Neal moved.
Well, he did after Catalic jumped.
True.
Catalic jumped first on that play. That is, you know what?
High school officiating is what that is.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Well said. Okay, so Wynford going to catch a little bit of a break there.
3rd and 5 with 10:20 and counting here in the second quarter. 21-6.
Makes it a little more challenging for Bucyrus.
Now 3rd and 6 for the Redmen. Bardo going to motion out. Wynford in man-to-man. Slant
good
almost
defense.
intercepted. They needed Copper to cut underneath. Instead, he went over top of the outside linebacker, and that was almost intercepted.
No doubt about it. And again, that's just kind of the situational awareness of knowing where you got to get to. And, he was running that slant pattern deeper than it needed to go. And, again, it might be in the initial design of the play, but that's one of those things that you have to sort of kind of look at and say, all right, where do I need to be? And where can I make this an easier throw for my quarterback?
4-down territory for the Redmen, and I think Coach Buchko wants a timeout.
He keeps pointing over to things at his sideline too. He something's up that he's unhappy with. Oh, maybe it's the dinosaur. I don't know. Dinosaur on the sideline. Could be anything.
4th and 6 upcoming for the Redmen when we come back from this timeout. We'll be right back on WQEL and the OH Report. Against the Orioles on Iconic Rock, Q92.7. Here come the Redmen out of the timeout. Looking at a 4th and a short 6. Doubles formation. Bardo going to motion left side. Campbell sets up, throwing the
there
slant.
It is.
He's got Copper incomplete.
He dropped it. Ball hit him in the hands. He had it. I mean, you know what? It was tough. There was very good coverage.
Let's be very close.
You know what? But Campbell threw it in the only place that his receiver could catch it and the defender couldn't. He dropped it right into his numbers. Koppler had kind of boxed off the defender on that play, but he just couldn't. He couldn't catch it. And you know what? That is the plight of coaching staffs when they go back and they say, we called up the right play, we ran it right. We just didn't execute it.
Royal offense takes the field. They have 3 touchdowns in 3 drives. Warren wants to throw. Pass is deflected, and I think
nope. They're going to say incomplete.
It was dropped off the tip.
Yep. Looking for routes in there.
Looking for Hunter.
Yep. But it was Combs.
Incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10. 9:56 to go here in the second quarter.
Actually, Sawyer Cooper, the linebacker, just jumping out in front of that ball and knocking it down. Nice job right there. Cutting across. That's not really his guy, but good eye right there. He was just shadowing Warren, who was, kind of rolling out, and he realized it was coming through. He just put his hands up in the air.
Rinfoos will split out wide to the left. They'll go tight end and a wing right side. 2 backs behind Ashton Warren under center. Quick snap. They go to Evans. Evans looking for something on the right side. He'll find 2 yards up to the 30. Evans is so really
Yes.
both Anthony Evans and Kendall Blair are both very patient runners. They will do a great job of letting their blocks develop, but sometimes, like Anthony Evans, he's so fast, the play's gonna catch up to you. You sometimes just got to use your speed, get outside.
One step and go is what he's got, but unfortunately, there are times where he's just kind of waiting, because he knows his line is good enough that they can open up some holes. And there, Bucyrus, the linebackers, got free. We're able to get in the backfield. Wynford going to call a timeout.
Coach Skidmore will burn his first timeout with 9:22 to go in the first half. The Royals leading this one 21-6. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to WQEL and the OH Report. Back on WQEL and streaming live online on the OH Report. It is week 6 of the Burkhart Prime Center Game of the Week on WQEL. Wynford leading this one 21-6. They have 3 touchdowns and 3 offensive possessions tonight. 2 Kendall Blair touchdowns, 1 Anthony Evans touchdown. And they're looking at 3rd and 6. They need the 36 for a first down. Ashton with pressure.
Couldn't get away.
Stover, all alone. Stover, 50, 45, 40. And Jake Stover is going to try and win this foot race, and he will. Untouched in the end zone. Jake Stover outruns Cam Lewis for 6.
70-yard touchdown. It's kind of interesting. Bucyrus blitzes from that side, and they're bringing Munpage up. And I think they kind of figure, all right, Stover, they don't throw to him that much. They threw him a touchdown a week ago, but they're like, you know what? We're going to blitz from that end, and they left him wide open. But it was a design play. It was a perfectly called, executed play when you look at it in terms of they said, all right, we're going to catch them and see if we're just going to let them come from the edge here, and we're going to see if we can sneak Stover out. And Bucyrus blitzed that end. And they're going to do a quick fake snap and a quick touchdown on the 2.
And
they did the muddle huddle for 2.
The muddle
that never happened.
No, it works to success there.
Unbelievable.
Bucyrus napping.
And Stover caught that too.
Stover. It is now 29-6 with 9:09 to go in the first half. Wynford is rolling at home. We'll be right back. Bucyrus with the football when we return.
Into their offense. I thought early in the year, if they can get some more trick plays, things like that, and again, they don't have to be super fancy, just things that catch defenses off guard, they were going to be really dangerous. With the way they're blocking up front, running the football, Blair and Warren running hard, Blair and Evans running hard, and Warren as well, actually, and then Warren's getting more accurate throwing the football. This offense is getting tough to stop.
Squib kick going to be fielded at the 30. Far sideline, hit hard, knocked down. Over there is that's Bardo. Blaine Bardo on the return. Decent starting field position for the Redmen.
And you see the replay there. Munn Page coming in the untouched, blitz. They were actually bringing they were bringing another, the back to come over to block, and he didn't get there on time because Munn Page was coming through. He was flying into that backfield, and he almost got him, but he didn't. And then Stover able to sneak out for the touchdown. Great on the replay, and we do have a halftime score. Carey up over Crawford, 7-0 there. So.
Great job by Ashton there to keep his composure. He's a senior quarterback, been at the helm for 3 years now, sees the pressure coming, delivers a strike to Stover.
Absolutely.
Here's Campbell, wants to throw, wants his favorite receiver so far tonight, and Christian Neal, and has it complete for 9 yards.
Yeah, exactly. A week ago, it was Cam Lewis who had a massive game for Bucyrus. And the speaker system here just got very loud and crashed out. I don't know what happened, but they'll just...
Everybody turning and looking at us like we did.
It wasn't us, I swear. I'm just going to put my hands in the air. But it got nothing to do with it.
It is quite obnoxious.
Like the whole crowd is like, even the officials are like, no, we can't play through that. All right, so they got it turned off.
All right, so that was interesting.
Yes, exactly. Fixed by Jason Chandler, though. He gets all the credit in the world. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what happened, but
the clock is moving again here in the second quarter. 29-6. Bucyrus with the football, looking at 2nd and 1. Campbell going to motion Bardo out left side. Looks for him in the flats. Bardo has to come back to it. Falls down.
No,
to let it go.
He actually did.
He did. Yeah,
he did. It actually works out better that he dropped it.
Good heads-up play.
But
I
also,
think he did that on purpose.
Oh, it was. I mean, it would have lost them yards. I mean, that little screenplay, we saw it against Cardington a couple weeks ago. I mean, Bardo had 10 catches and was just eating them alive on that play. But Wynford has clearly seen it, and they are leaving guys right there on top of Bardo. So if he catches it, the defense is going to be there to tackle him.
There's a defensive end Stover out there actually to cover that up.
Yep.
2 left side, 1 to the right. Campbell in the pistol on 3rd and short. He's going to spin, hand off. Bardo trying to get it.
No way.
Can't do it. He is locked up in the backfield. What a tackle. 52, Bryce Locker stood him up and shut him down.
Well, and this is where Bucyrus, like I said, why they're struggling so much on the season. This is where the offense is rudderless, is the fact that they get into 3rd and 1, they get in 2nd and 1s, and they cannot get 1 yard. I mean, they just cannot run the football at all. And they're doing it against a 3-man front right now. I mean, Wynford's bringing 3 guys back. Everybody else is dropping back, and they still can't get it.
Jeff, you're 3rd and 1, and you got your back 9 yards.
9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Absolutely. Welcome to the spread offense.
Exactly. Campbell wants to throw now, looking for it.
Oh, there it is!
Neal takes the touch pass. Neal at the 20. He's going to get in for the score. Christian Neal off the hands of his intended receiver and then the defender, and he scampers into the end zone for a touchdown.
52 yards. And again, can you hear everybody in the stands? Knock it down! Knock it down! Knock it down! No, they tried to go for some sort of interception or whatever. Wynford's the one who popped it up. Bucyrus couldn't catch that ball under any circumstance. It was kind of overthrown, no reason to go after it, and a little bit of a push right there. They got away with it. Bounced off of Rinfus, and sure enough, Neal picks it up and goes into the end zone. That's actually the 2nd week in a row Bucyrus has scored on a touchdown like that. Whatever it takes, I guess.
They catch a break, 29-12, and now the Redmen will go for 2. Campbell in the gun. Motion man right side. Campbell sets up pressure across the middle, and it's incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. Score remains 29-12 with 7:12 to go in the first half. The touch play, Christian Neal holding tight, distraction drill. That's why you do it in practice.
Exactly as lined up.
Yep, exactly as they planned it. 29-12, we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. That's something you see every day, your quarterback on kick return, but Warren covers it up, and now he'll lead the offense out onto the field. They have a touchdown in every possession they've had so far. 4 offensive possessions, 4 touchdowns, 2 to Blair, 1 to Evans, and 1 to Jake Stover. And now great starting field position here at their own 45.
When you talk about they've scored on every drive, remember, Bucyrus scored 42 points last week and still lost by 26. So
the defense
you don't see that very often.
Struggling so far.
Exactly. There's
and a
Blair.
Nice carry by Caden Blair, up to the 50. Munpage makes the stop, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
And
go ahead.
No,
Jeff.
please. I was going to say, I think they've got to figure out a way to keep the linemen off the linebacker. Let the linebackers flow to the ball, try to make tackles. They're the only guys on the team who I think consistently do kind of wrap up and make tackles for Bucyrus. But unfortunately, they're just kind of caught in waves of bodies most of the time, and they just can't do anything.
2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Ashton under center. He's going to motion Wynford inside on the left, and that's a false start.
Yep.
Nobody on the same page for the Royals there.
Yeah, that one was easy to see.
Remember, if you miss a game or coach's show, check out our podcast page at WQEL.com for Coach's Corner, high school football games, and, of course, the Friday night phone board, all found there on the podcast page, WQEL.com.
Also a reminder, we've got more awards after this game. The Lewis Family McDonald's Players of the Game. We'll get one from Wynford, one from Bucyrus. They'll get themselves a gift certificate for McDonald's Family Restaurants.
Hunter Ralston, the wide receiver below us to the left. Renfus will go right side. Here's Blair with a big opening. Oh, what a jump cut by Kendall Blair. Oh, I apologize. That's Caden. And Caden is going to take it to the house. What a move by Caden Blair.
55 yards.
He got to the second level. Those linebackers, he put them in a blender, said, peace out. I'm going for 6.
Well, that's, once again, the problem of over-pursuit by Bucyrus is guys come in, and it's not that they're not trying. I mean, there's a certain level of aggressiveness. But ultimately, the defensive backs are the ones who, the linebackers were caught up in the blocks. I mean, Blair got through it, so he's going to be falling on the defensive backs, and the Bucyrus defensive backs, unfortunately, not able to do anything. 55 yards later, and Wynford is in the end zone once again.
Already 3 trips to pay dirt tonight for Caden Blair, and the extra point is no good. He hooked it left. So the score remains 35-12 with 6:03 to go here in the first half. It's been a lot of offense here in the 47th Battle of the Copper Kettle, and Bucyrus will have the football when we come back.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Up this weekend for the Buckeyes, matching up against Notre Dame. We'll have the call right here on WQEL. Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, Skip Mosick have it on WQEL 927 FM. We'll pick up pregame at 6. The kickoff is at 7. 35-12 with 6:03 to go here in the first half. Wynford offense is rolling. They'll squib it down the field. Picked up at the 40, trying to make a man miss. Gets to the 42.
Ben Jones, I think, was the guy who got that one. You can tell, Ben got that ball. He picked it up, did a nice job fielding it, but then he put the ball right on his hip as he was running up the field. It's like, teach that kid to corral it, A little closer to the body. See if Bucyrus can pull off another 4th down miracle touchdown. They've done 2 already so far. 2 long ones to Christian Neal. And Northmore, halftime score over Fredericktown, 28-0. So, plenty of scores We're getting away from teams here. We get into the
a
back half of the high school.
This is a slow-moving first
yes,
half.
absolutely.
4 wide receivers here for Campbell. Going to roll left, throw left. He's got Cam Lewis, and Cam's got 8. Nice pitch and catch on the out route. Cam got to the top of that route, made a nice move, working to the outside, and Campbell put it on the numbers for, actually they'll call it a game of 9.
Yeah, that was a really well-run run route. Cam Lewis, again, last week, monster game a week ago. Tonight he's been quiet so far because Christian Neal's been getting all the attention, but it's a good job by Butchko kind of moving it around, realizing where's the openings happening.
Again, doubles on 2nd and short. They go to Bardo. Bardo's got the sticks and the first down. Give him 3 yards to the 45-yard line.
It ain't
and
much,
there you go,
but
Jeff. Bucyrus able to capitalize on short yardage there.
Yep. But I think that's all they need to do is they got to figure out what side of their line can they get a little bit of movement. I mean, they're not going to be getting runs like Wynford's been getting. But can you get 4-yard runs? Even start there. If you can find one side of like if we run to the left, we can get yards. If they can just kind of build in that type of way, I think they'll get some things going even more so on offense.
In motion, Bardo out, throwing a slant across the middle, incomplete, and well high on the intended receiver, Christian Neal. Needed a step ladder for that.
And again, Campbell kind of working on some outstretched arms there and, trying to get it over the top of them. Just sailed it too high. And you got to be careful on those passes like that. If you get a defender who's kind of playing a little deeper, he's going to get the easy interception look.
Stops the clock with 5 minutes here in the first half. Stay tuned at the break. Coming up, it's the Ken Standing Seam halftime show brought to you by Ken and Matt of Ken Standing Seam. Bardo again going to motion right side, empty backfield, slants across the middle into heavy traffic. And he wanted Kurgis, but it's not there again. And I think if he holds that for another split second, he's got Christian Neal wide open on a flag.
He does, but obviously his first read was Kurgis, and it was a snap, turn, and throw. But I'll be honest with you, Wynford defenders just had Kurgis blocked off from his route. They had so many guys in that area, he couldn't even get through. So, there was nowhere for them to go. It's really a timing route, but the timing got disrupted by a really good defensive effort by the Royals.
Trips on 3rd and 10. Kurgis below us. He's the outside receiver in the trips. Bardo going to join Campbell in the backfield at the 50.
Another timeout.
And a timeout. Christian Neal. Coach Buchko will call the timeout. Neal was just the first one to make his way over there. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So with 4:55 to go in the first half, Wynford in control here at home. 35-12 in the Battle of the Copper Kettle. We'll be right back on WQEL and the OH Report. From the Wynford 45, so probably 4 down territory.
Yeah, they'll go
for the
for
Redmen
it
if they can't get it here.
They're down 23 points and they're in Wynford territory, so they got 2 plays to try to get 10 yards here.
Kurgis below us, wide right. Neal in a slot inside of him. Campbell calls for it, has it. Good block on the outside. Throwing it is caught. Cam Lewis breaks away from the defense. Cam trying to win a foot race. Gets by Renfus. Are they going to give it to him? The official does. Touchdown, Bucyrus. Christian Neal again. Oh, goodness. I apologize. Cam Lewis.
You got it the first time. You nailed it.
I said it the first time.
Cam Lewis.
I was off last week.
I'll tell you right now.
Streaks in for the score, 35-18. Bucyrus not going away easy.
I'll say this, when you look at the block, Blaine Bardo gets the credit as much as both Cam and Campbell. I mean, both Campbell and Cam Lewis, great pitch and catch. But Blaine Bardo is picking up a defender, and he just does what you tell defensive running backs. Go low, take him at the knee, and wipe him out, and he did. And that's what gave Brayden Campbell room to roll out, set himself through a good pass.
Going for 2, Campbell with time, lets it go. A lot of traffic over there. Flag comes in. Bucyrus will have a second crack at it. Defensive pass interference called against Wynford, so we'll line it up again.
The good news is even on the half a distance, they probably still won't try to run it.
Well.
So it sounds weird, but I mean, this is like the time where coaches usually say, do we go to the running attack? I don't know that Bucyrus does.
Like you said in the pregame, that's not their strength.
That is not what they do well. So what they do well is, say whatever you will, Brayden Campbell's got 200 yards passing in the first half and 3 touchdown throws. It hasn't always been the easiest. It's been on a lot of long throws and breakdowns on defense, but whatever it takes if you're a Redmen fan.
A lot of space over here, right side. Kurgis looking for an opening. Campbell trying to stretch it out. Stops at the 12, throws back corner. Tip ball is incomplete. It was one-on-one Christian Neal and Hunter Rouston, and Rouston comes up with a big play for the Wynford Royals. No good on the 2-point conversion, and the score stays 35-18. 4:44 to go in the first half. It'll be Wynford with the football right after this. Streaming live online on the OH Report. Following the 45-yard touchdown, Campbell connecting with Cam Lewis. They try the onside kick, and the ball scoots out of bounds, so it will be a flag. We'll see if it doesn't look like Wynford will make them re-kick. They'll take the field position.
Yeah, and see if Bucyrus does something different, considering Wynford has scored every time they've had the ball. And again, it's really hard, even though they've got 18 points in the first half, and you got to feel pretty good about that if you're Bucyrus. It's hard to come back into a game when you're
you give up 35.
You got to get let up 35, and you haven't made one stop.
Wynford with their 6th possession. Ooh, probably a false
nice
start.
play.
No called.
Nice run
Straight up
by
the
Evans.
gut with the ISO for Evans, and he's got 8. An easy 8 as Anthony Evans follows the big boys into Bucyrus territory. They'll spot it at the 47.5.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm just looking at the replay on that. Cam Lewis, middle linebacker for Bucyrus, has 2 linemen, not 1, 2 of them, who are free blocking him downfield. That means the guys in front of him are getting pushed out of the way. So, you know what? They got to hold down the court a little bit better up front, somehow, some way.
2 backs behind Ashton. Toss play near side. He's got Evans. Evans with lead blockers in front. Evans hurdles and goes down inside the 40 at the 35-yard line. He had a slew of Royals in front of him plowing the road.
Sure did. Makes it pretty darn easy to be able to make a run. You know, making life a lot easier on your running back when you can get downfield and not have to worry about being touched.
First down carry. They'll spot it at the 34-yard line. Jake Stover and James Rinfus go wide to the right. They go unbalanced right. 2 backs behind Ashton. Warren will spin, give. Here's Evans, off tackle right side. Jump cut. Evans at the 30. Evans driving his legs, and now he's gang tackled. They'll push him back to the 35, but forward progress will mark him at the 30. So, let's call it just a 4-yard gain, I guess. So 2nd and 6 upcoming for Wynford. And like you said, Jeff, they've scored every possession so far. They're driving it again. They already have it in Bucyrus territory. Trying to get this thing to that 30-point running clock before half. So when they come out, they pretty much got it put away. But Bucyrus giving them all they can handle.
Look, I'm trying to kind of do a quick tally right now. Wynford has ran about 24 plays, and they've only had 2 that have gone less than 5 yards. So, and there's another one that's going to go for a lot more. And when I say more, I mean a touchdown.
Anthony Evans.
Unbelievable.
Shimmies off 2 arm tackles and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Wynford.
If you get an opportunity to see this on the OH report, defenders were playing that almost like they didn't know he had the ball. Like, they were just they were standing there. He runs through the first guy. Now, the linebackers are double blocked, but the safety's just standing there. I don't know what he was looking at. I mean, because he didn't make he did not take one step towards Evans, and he just kind of stood there, and Evans was like, okay, well, if you're going to go there, I'll go to the right. And then it becomes a foot race, easy in for the touchdown.
Wynford will go for 2. Ashton Warren going to spin, give to the back, pushing forward and into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Blair scampers in for the 2. It's 43-18 with 3:12 to go here in the first half. And we've got a lot of offense, Jeff, that's for sure. But Wynford in control here, 43-18. We'll be back after the timeout, right after this.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Once again, Jeff, the Wynford Royals will kick off here in the first half. They lead at 43-18.
Wow.
If you're the offensive staff for Wynford, you got to be happy with how
Oh, absolutely.
banging on all cylinders. They'll squib it down the field.
Oh,
Picked
boy.
up Cam Lewis at the 28. Cam is going to be grabbed right away and slung down, and they'll actually give him the 25. That's where they're going to spot him.
And once again, I mean, a hard kick down the
And
middle.
then a late flag.
And the up-backs are not interested. They're all running out of the way, but they're not blocking anybody. So by the time Cam gets it, he's got guys in his face, and now we got the flag.
Unsportsmanlike
And it's on
conduct
Bucyrus.
against Bucyrus.
So that is not going to help.
So a little jawing, a little extracurricular after the play will back the Redmen up 15. That's the last thing they needed.
Yeah, no kidding. And again, you know, look, when Wynford gets the ball, they are scoring so fast and so easily that I'm not lying. It is not out of the realm of possibility that they score 2 more times before the end of this half. I mean,
3:07 to go.
Like, honestly, I mean, 3:07 to go, it's 43. They got 43 on the board. I mean, it's astonishing when you look at it in this way.
Following the penalty, they will mark it at the 12.
At least it's a nice night.
It is.
The people here.
Beautiful night here in North Central Ohio. Week 6, you couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, we're short sleeves.
No, I know. I'm in shorts, but I'm nuts. So
we've been in long johns at this time of the year before.
It's true.
Campbell leads him out onto the field. He's got Kirkus and Neal wide to the right. 2 receivers split wide left on 1st and 10. Campbell back at his 7 will motion to trips right side. Wants to throw, steps up, lobs it. Neal, it's intercepted at the 32. Picked off, Rouston, spin move, Rouston inside the 15 and down to the 14-yard line. Hunter Rouston, the 5'7" junior, stepping up big time, making a play. And now another flag comes in way after the play.
You know, looking forward to kind of looking at this. This was look, Campbell had a lot of pressure on him, and he was just kind of trying to throw it up. He saw a mismatch. Kirkus is 6'6". Rouston is about 5'7". He's like, I'm going to throw this thing high up in the air, and I'm going to watch my receiver hopefully jump up and go get it. And his receiver just kept running down the field, was not aware that the ball was short arm thrown. He needed to kind of stop the route, make it a jump ball. Rouston's the only one who made a play on it. It may come pretty easy for him takes it back the other way. I thought for a second he might be able to take it all the way in, but no dice there. But still, Wynford, with under 3 minutes left on the clock, going to get another quick opportunity to get points on the board.
And they got it deep inside Bucyrus territory. They'll start it 1st and 10 at the 14.
Look, I said 2 touchdowns.
You might have won it.
I should have said 3. You know what? I didn't think he'd throw an interception on the first throw.
Huh? Rouston will line up wide left. Rinfoos wide to the right. We'll see if they take a crack at the end zone right here. Rinfoos going to motion inside. They go to Blair. Blair
shakes
tackle.
One, there
shakes
it is.
2. Easy. Blair virtually untouched into the end zone. A couple jump cuts later. Pay dirt for Blair.
Okay, 14-yard touchdown, his 4th of the game. And at this point in time,
49-18.
Josh, I'm just going to let you pick the MVP for Wynford for the Lewis family McDonald's, because you can pick anybody, and I'd just be like, yeah, that sounds good.
You could. I mean, but the offensive front, I mean, you're going to get to the stats at half and then as well as at the end of the game. But you got to give a lot of credit to that front 5 of Wynford tonight, as well as, either Anthony Evans or Caden Blair. They're acting as a fullback when they're not getting the ball, and they're plowing the road.
Yep.
And now Wynford will actually take a timeout before the extra point attempt.
Get an opportunity to see the replay on the OH report, and you're just seeing the right side of the line. They're coming through, and I'm going to be honest with you, there's some good blocks, but there's also just missed tackles all over the place for Bucyrus. I mean, the blocking's good, but the linebackers, there was a linebacker there. He just missed them. Yep. Blair made him miss, so well done. As we do this timeout, do want to remind everybody that after the game, not only do we have the Lewis family McDonald's game MVP for both Bucyrus and for Wynford, we also are the Spitzer Motors Game Changer for this week. So don't forget, Spitzer Motors going to be giving a T-shirt away from the one player who made a really special play tonight for either one of these teams. They'll get themselves a T-shirt in this one. So don't forget, that's coming up. And also congratulations to Caden Blair, who was our Chevy of Bucyrus first to score here tonight. So plenty of awards coming up after the game.
He's also been the last to score. He's got 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extra point attempt. Snap back. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Colin Halsmeyer makes it 50-18 with 2:50 to go here in the first half from Wynford. It's the 47th matchup of the Copper Kettle. Bucyrus with the football right after this. And streaming live online on the OH Report. And, of course, it is Friday night, so that means Davy Jones inside another edition of the Friday Night Phone Board. Call him up after the game. Give him any of your thoughts inside the wide world of sports.
They're going to be a quick kick right there. Ben Jones going to fall on that one again around the 40-yard line. And that's where Bucyrus will start things off.
More
right now,
field position for the
exactly. Wynford with 50 first half points. We'll put Dan Messerschmidt on the job of historian, and he'll say, what's the most points let up in a half in the Copper Kettle rivalry?
I think it might be tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be interesting.
Points.
You know what? We got some people from Wynford up here in the press box. I'm wondering if anybody even goes in and dusts off the Copper Kettle. If you just pick it up, I mean, is it just like, there's 3 inches of dust on this thing? It hasn't moved this thing in 20 years. What the heck is going on? 25, exactly.
Bardo motions out. They look for him in the flats. Pass complete. Trying to get by one defender, and he's gang tackled over there. Flying in. Making the stop from behind. I believe that was There's Evan Wright, I think, flying in for that hit.
Yeah.
Also in there is 52, Bryce Locker.
And again, part of what you're dealing with here is not only is Wynford scoring just so easily and at will, like I said, just dominating up front, but the way Bucyrus plays, because they're a spread attack who throws the ball so much, it leads to a lot of possessions for the other team. It's part of the reason why the defense is struggling so much. They can't run out the clock. They can't do anything like that. Just throw, throw, throw.
Campbell's going to chuck it far side. He's got it complete over there.
Nice job over there. That was a nice catch and move.
I don't know if that was Kurgis.
No, Koppler, maybe?
Yeah, Dylan Koppler.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
The other 6'6" receiver, the sophomore. Koppler makes the reception and moves the chains. 150 and counting here in the first half, 50-18.
I said that was a great job by Koppler. It looked like it was going to be 2 yards short of the first down, and he made guys miss and slid himself up forward for a first.
Doubles formation on 1st and 10. Again, Bardo motions left side. Campbell sets up.
Oh, boy.
Intercepted, Jake Stover. Stover at the 37, chuck down. The ball comes out, but he is down. But Jake Stover, another turnover for this Wynford defense. Pass intended for number 12. That's Kevin Combs.
Yeah, Combs, he gets shucked at the line of scrimmage, though. James
Throws
Wynford
off the whole time.
just threw off the timing. And, Stover, who's kind of expecting it, he was just waiting for that. He's dropping back, just waiting for the throw. And Campbell, because it's a timing route, is just stepping back and firing. And you can see when it left his hand, it's like, well, that's either getting intercepted or it's going incomplete. It's not going to a Bucyrus guy. So Wynford, with 1:31 on the clock, they're going to see if they can get one more score on the board at least.
They'll start 1st and 10, and they'll get a free 5. Jumping off sides, 33.
Yep,
That's Sawyer Cooper. So a free 5 yards for Wynford. Mark it up to the 45. 91 seconds here in the first half from Wynford Stadium. 50-18. Some other area games tonight, of course. Colonel Crawford is at Cary, Buckeye at Seneca East, Mohawk at Upper. Clear Fork is at Pleasant, Highland at Shelby, River Valley at Marion Harding, East Knox at Mount Gilead, and of course on WBCO, our sister station, Jared Moore, Tim Byrie, bringing you Galleon at Ontario. Warren sets up the throw, goes over on the far side, flag comes in. It is complete to Stover. He's got the first down, but we'll see what the flag is.
Got a hold.
Yep.
They're going to move this one back. So actually, kind of the first time in the game we've seen a mistake by the offensive line for Wynford. That has not happened very often so far in this game.
So the holding penalty will back him up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll replay first down at 1:24. This long first half, this is really going to throw off Davies' timing.
Oh, he's losing his mind right now. Do you know how long he has to drive to get back to Marion, get back to his house? He'll tell you over and over and over again. He will remind you that he doesn't live in the city anymore, and it's a lot harder to get home after the show.
Here's Warren, wants to throw, goes far side into the flats. It's complete. Renfus shimmying his way over the 45 and then taken down at the 47.
Nice grab right there by Renfus once again. About 13 yards. Got about 7 guys for Bucyrus that stood him up and finally tackled him down.
So they get about everything from that penalty back.
Yep.
They'll set him up 2nd and a long 3. And Wynford's not going to waste a lot of time. They'll go right to the line. Two backs behind Ashton. Under center, Warren sets up the throw at the 41. Ashton across the middle, and Renfus was mugged. Yeah. Oh, the official, the furthest official from the play.
It finally came in from the back judge as well. But I got to be honest with you, as much as I normally hate it when officials not close to the play see it, we're further away from them, and I know we got a bird's eye view, but it was really obvious because he was running away. Renfus was probably a step ahead of those 2 defenders running with him, and they know he was going to get away from them, so they just reached out and pulled that jersey. I got to be honest with you, if you're going to get beaten, you know it. It's actually a little bit of a smart play. We're going to watch it right here. We're going to see who's the one who actually pulled out and pulled him. I think it was Kevin Combs. Kevin on the outside. He didn't get safety help like he thought he was getting, and he just said, all right, I'm not letting you run away from me, and he pulled that jersey back.
1st and 10 after the penalty. Renfus near side. What a catch. Hunter Rouston, the junior receiver, coming back to the football. All hands on that play. He'll move he will move the chains. 11-yard pickup on that play. Nice route, nice ball by Ashton Warren. 34 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and again, remember, with Wynford, they're kind of picking up the pace a little bit, but he got out of bounds there. You've got the first down, got out of bounds. We're able to kind of stop the clock here. But they want to get this one more touchdown in.
Ashton wants to throw. Rolling right side. He's got a man looking downfield. Rinfus working. Almost intercepted.
Kurgis had it.
Did a nice job reading that play.
Yep.
Because the cornerback, he was out of the picture.
Yes,
Rinfus
absolutely.
had shook him. He was off into the end zone. And Ashton needed to just loft that a little bit.
Well, Rinfus's route is actually a 9-yard route. He's just kind of curling in. And then when he realized, okay, my guy's in trouble, and then he broke out down the sideline, and Combs kind of over-pursued on the curl. So when he turned up the field, Kurgis coming over from the safety position helping out. He's just stepped in front of it. Would have been a big interception for Bucyrus, but not able to do it there. Couldn't pull it down.
2nd and 10. Ashton Warren wants
throw.
to throw again.
Another chance
Hunter
for the pick.
Ralston goes DB and almost intercepted back there by Grady Weber, but Ralston, a human spear to knock it loose.
That was actually really smart. I mean, really heads-up play. And again, Weber was playing sort of off him, so I could see why Warren was like, I'm going to go deep to my guy going down the sideline. Threw it a little inside, and Weber did a nice job of recovery. He's been watching into the backfield, and I know the coaching staff really likes the way Grady Weber's been playing this year. So, there he stepped in front. He had a shot at it, but Ralston very intelligently able to get in front of him and knock it down. That's kind of a fun matchup. Weber and Ralston, they're both, undersized out there, but both gritty and play hard.
Ralston goes wide right, Rinfus wide left. Ashton Warren wants to throw. Looking, across the middle, sets up, throws, delivers a bullet to Rinfus through his hands and incomplete.
Yeah, you don't see Ashton Warren get that
fastball.
You don't see him get the opportunity to kind of sit in the pocket and just uncork like he just did there. And like you said, I think Rinfus was surprised how fast that ball came up on him.
15 seconds still left here in the first half from Wynford. It's 50-18. Other ball games around the area, probably nearing the end of the third quarter.
I got to be honest with you. If there's a running clock game, they will be home before we are done with the first half, the halftime show. So.
Bucyrus going to come up, show man. Warren wants to roll out.
Plenty of space.
Looking. He's across the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a flag.
Oh, ball dropped down, and I think there was a late. I don't know if there was a late flag that came in.
He was 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and then he came back, threw it over the middle. Receiver catches it, ends up kind of get hit. Ball got loose, and then they took a free shot. Combs came in and got a free lick on a receiver over the middle. I'm not sure if they're going to get him on kind of a late hit. There's the personal foul on Bucyrus. They are. They're going to say, yep. Why not give him a first down with six seconds left? So Wynford will get another shot. So they did not say he went over the line of scrimmage. They'll just focus on the 15-yard penalty. But now down
I don't know how they didn't
sometimes
see that.
They forget things, again.
It was pretty blatant.
They're like, oh, yeah, but there was a late hit. There was a late hit as well. So let's just focus on one penalty.
That was like last week in the Browns-Steelers game. Deshaun Watson gets his face mask about ripped off, and they call a hold on the Browns.
I love that. Yeah, welcome to officiating at every level, even the NFL. So it looks like they're setting up for a field goal.
But Coach Skidmore, he can't take him with you, so let's burn the final timeout, talk about this field goal attempt, and the final 6 seconds of the first half. 50-18, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. WQEL 927 FM and streaming live online worldwide on the OH Report. 50-18 here, still in the first half from Wynford High School.
Over in Cary, by the way, 13-7 lead for Cary over Colonel Crawford. Big game over there.
Crawford, the lone undefeated team in the N10.
And here it is.
So now, Colin Hallsmeyer lines up for a 32-yard attempt. Snap back, hold is down, and I don't know if somebody got a piece of it, but it doesn't quite get there.
Run the clock. Nope, they left it with 1 second. You got to give these Wynford people credit. They are not the type that will just burn off a second off that clock like that. They're going to give Bucyrus one more chance here.
I'm not going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here.
Absolutely. I appreciate, their honesty up here, but there are times where they can just, fall asleep for an extra half second. It would have been fine with everybody here.
The grand in the hand is back. Presented by Chevrolet of Bucyrus. You have a chance of winning $1,000 every weekday through October. Details at WQELWBCO.com.
Bucyrus going to do a running play, thank goodness.
Up over the 20, down at the 21, and that will do it for the first half here from Wynford High School. An offensive showcase, especially for Wynford. They lead it 50-18. Stay tuned. Coming up, it's Ken Standing Seam Halftime Show, brought to you by Ken and Matt Scooter at Ken Standing Seam. Phone Matt today for the last roof you will ever need. We'll be right back, Jeff, in the Halftime Show when we come back.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
The band now takes a thrilling ride with the song Love Roller Coaster.
I don't have the safety last to work.
roller coaster was designed by junior percussionist Isabella Stang. The band continues a 4-time platinum hit record, Snow. The solos for our show have included Ellie Spidler, Brady Click, Isabel Johnson, and Charles Miley. We now conclude our show featuring our guard and a dance routine to the 1989 smash hit, Higher Ground, and the 2-time Grammy-winning track, Danny, California. wishes to thank Mr. Trent Cornell for his years of dedication and service to the percussion section and the entire band. They dedicate their 2023 season to his memory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the British are coming. On February 7th, 1964, the Beatles arrived in New York City, and Beatlemania arrived with them. We start tonight's performance with music from this iconic group. Sit back and relax as we take you on a ride with our first song, Magical Mystery Tour. Our show now continues with music from another British supergroup, the Rolling Stones. Released in 1966, this song became a huge hit, and in 2011 it landed a spot on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's list of the songs that shaped rock and roll. Here is Paint It Black. For our last number, we go to the music of this British rock group, The Who. In 1969, Pete Townsend wrote a song for The Who's rock opera album, Tommy, a musical project about a boy who sure plays a mean pinball. Here is Pinball Wizard. On behalf of the Marching Royals, we'd like to thank you for your kind attention and continuing support. Once again, have a great night, and let's go Royals!
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
We toil. We sweat. We live. We breathe. We ache and cry and laugh and bleed. We dance. We play. We love. We nourish. We yearn and wish and hope and cherish. We mend. We heal. We repair. We sow. We plant and tend and gather and grow. We feed our families and the world's too. It's a calling, a feeling, real and true. We need no thanks, rewards, or dues. We love this land. It's what we do.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Another edition of the Burkhart Farm Center Game of the Week. I'm Josh Stallings alongside Jeff Roberts, coming to you on 92.7 FM and streaming worldwide on the OH Report. 50-18, Wynford in control here at home in the 47th Battle of the Copper Kettle, and Wynford's looking to take this thing home for 26 years straight.
It's unbelievable, the dominance they've had. And you know what? It's not that, we've talked about this. Bucyrus has got a young team here. But over the years, they've had some really good football teams, and Wynford has figured out a way to pick up victories. Even last year's game was pretty darn competitive. I mean, ultimately, it's a touchdown game. But it just to show that was a Wynford team that brought a lot of players back this year, and a lot of players who have, kind of dedicated themselves in the offseason to really getting better. And Bucyrus was a little bit in turmoil in the offseason. They were bringing in a new coach. Players were sort of undisciplined, didn't really commit. And unfortunately, where they really lost players is on the line, and that is where the Wynford Royals have really drastically, I don't want to say they drastically improved, but they gotten better, and it's made a big difference coming into this season.
Yeah, you touched on in your first half stats. I mean, they have just paved the way so far for Anthony Evans and Caden Blair to really put this game away. 4 first half touchdowns for Blair, 1 for Evans, and it's just an absolute offensive blowout for the Royals.
Yeah, on the OH report right now, we're seeing just kind of a highlight of all the scores as we get ready to kick things off in the second half. And you can just kind of see on every single play how impressive Wynford was. The blocking's been, the running's been great too. I mean, a lot of times, the show ponies get all the credit, and we've been talking about the blocking a lot tonight. Maybe not the individual, but as a group, it's been so impressive.
Here's the opening kickoff of the third quarter as Wynford will start the second half with the football, and it's covered up by the starting quarterback, Ashton Warren, on the hands team. Bucyrus trying to just squiv it down the field, maybe come up with a lucky bounce, but Ashton Warren able to cover it up. And excellent starting field position for Wynford at the 48.
Say it a million times. Bucyrus, not a massive school, but in the high school, you're talking about approximately 40 kids in a class, you know, so you do the math, about 160 kids. Not one soccer player, not one kid who
can come out.
Just say, can you kick me a kickoff? Nope, no dice.
Starting offense on the field. Here's Ashton. First play of the second half going to go to Blair. Blair shakes a tackle in the backfield and able to make positive yardage. Actually, call it 6.
Yeah, Sawyer Cooper was blitzing through, and at the very last second, Anthony Evans just chipped him enough to knock him off the route. I mean, he was going to hit Blair straight on right as he carried that ball, and you know Evans saw him coming through, and he didn't even get him totally cleanly. He just got him on the shoulder enough to push him out of the way and get Blair through that hole. Good job of picking up the blitzer right there by Evans.
Rouston goes wide right. James Renfus on a wing left. Two backs again. Join Ashton. He wants to throw. Warren rolling right, looking long now. Rouston's out there. Renfus is out there. And he kind of put it between the two of them and incomplete.
Yep, exactly. They go deep, and it was actually Munn Page who was back deep guarding on that play on Stover. You know, he tried to kind of go over the top, like you said, you know, couple of receivers over there with Routson and Stover, but couldn't really tell exactly who he was going to. It was sort of kind of thrown out in the middle of nowhere. And but with the way Wynford's moving the football in this game, a 3rd down and 4 already being in Bucyrus' territory, they're probably looking at going, let's take a shot because we got at least 2 shots to get a first down here.
Opening drive of the second half. He's going to spin, give to Evans. Evans following blocks. Evans gets a first down and a little more inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. Great patient running there by Anthony Evans. And he's one of the best in the area, especially the N10, on just finding the holes, being very patient, watching the blocks develop, watching where the offensive line flows, and finding his opening.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. I mean, when you're re-watching replay, and we got a cramp right now for Bucyrus, so they're going to take higher of that. But as we were just watching the replay in the OH report, one of the things we talked about was the line blocking so well. But on that one, you could see on the end around Munn Page, who's the outside linebacker on the play. The person who picks him up is the lead blocker is Caden Blair. Blair gets under him and takes him totally out of the play. So, again, one of the things I want to kind of give credit to about this Royal team, and I'm sure this is what Coach Skidmore has been preaching for a year and a half now, is that it's not just 5 guys' job to block. It's everybody's job to block. And I think a lot of these guys are kind of buying into it now. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily always saw that a year ago. And now I'm just looking at a team that is different in that sense.
And that's what it takes to be successful. I mean, if you catch a pass or you're going to get the call out of the backfield, you want everybody else to block for you, so why not block for them? That's team sports. That's team football.
Yep.
And that's how you get to 50 points and a half.
Yeah, absolutely.
So out of the injury timeout, it will be a fresh set of downs for the Wynford Royals.
Yeah, it's the only time punts, turnovers, and injuries are when they stop the clock. I'm not a fan of that rule personally, but, you know, what are you going to do?
Just keep that thing rolling. Davy's ready to get home. Oh, get going and get home.
Sure, the pizza's gone now.
Wing right. Rouston wide to the left with 2 backs behind Ashton. Heavy set. Spins. Gives to Anthony Evans. Evans up the gut. Maybe a gain of 5. Following a nice block there by 52, Bryce Locker.
Yep. Devin Deskin's doing a nice job making the tackle there. And again, Devin Deskin's, you know, one of those two sport guys. He's playing a lot out there tonight. And his cross-country coach is losing his mind right now, freaking out, going, please just don't get hurt. And, you know, county meet tomorrow morning, very early, you know.
Good for him.
Yep, I was going to say.
That's toughness right there. It takes a lot to play on a Friday night, then a Saturday morning JV, let alone go run 3.5 miles.
No thanks.
Here's toss play. Blair moving off tackle left side. Gets a huge block from Kotalik.
Look at him.
Blair still driving.
Dragging.
Gets inside the 20. Another big block by Locker. And this offensive line, I mean, they're chomping at the bit to hit people.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want to keep it inside the box. They want to get out in space, get ahead of steam, and mow somebody over.
Absolutely. Well, what's more fun when you're a lineman? I mean, you know, honestly, I mean, like when you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, I get this free hit on this guy who's so much smaller than me. You know, it's the greatest thing in the world, you know, so, you know, and especially if you've got that. Yeah, when you got that grittiness and toughness that a lot of these linemen for Wynford have got.
Royals looking to capitalize on this opening possession. Motion man, Renfus, come into the slot. He's going to go fullback. Blair right up the gut, virtually untouched. 5 times. Caden Blair finds the end zone.
It's an unbelievable game. Unbelievable. You know what? Say whatever you will, but I'll tell you what, there is going to be a point in time where years from now, this game will be in the record book of this rivalry, and people will go back and they'll say, Caden Blair, wow, he had 5 touchdowns in one game, and it's like, yep, he sure did.
I think he might have an appearance on the high school football final show coming up here in a couple days. Great performance by Caden here tonight. Hallsmeyer in for the extra point and shanked it. Misses it wide left, so the score remains 56-18. 7-11 to go here in the third. Bucyrus with the football right after this.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
That's why I'm at.
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Not a halftime score, fourth quarter score. Wow. I mean, it's just where I'm at right now. Carey up over Colonel Crawford 27-7. So, again, no disrespect to Coach Bruner and the Colonel Crawford Eagles, but I think the discussion of Carey's early demise is they're
bouncing back.
Not exactly an accurate assessment.
Another low kick. It's fielded by the up man, lowers the shoulder, working his way up to the 44, and I think that's where he'll be knocked down.
Yep, Ben Jones once again.
44-yard line.
Making that pickup.
Kotalik on the sideline saying that he fumbled it, but the Redmen will keep possession, and they'll have their first possession of the second half.
Yep.
Already down to 6:20 in county.
Yep. Ben Jones doing a nice job making that pickup. And again, we'll see how Bucyrus kind of manages this thing out, you know, as we come out here. Second half, you know, you're down 38 points. You got to try to figure out, all right, how do you keep guys' heads in the game?
Empty backfield. Campbell immediately dumps it out to Bartow. Bartow up the sideline, and Blaine's got a nice gain.
Yep.
Gain of about 7 or 8. Good pitch and catch there for Campbell, and that's kind of what we talked about at half. Get him comfortable again.
Yep.
You know, don't let your young quarterback get discouraged. Get him a couple quick hitters.
And I think
developing.
If that's the one thing I will say about Brayden Campbell, if you ever talk to him, is that he is a little unflappable. Like, I think part of the reason he was able to come in and play relatively well for him is that it didn't feel like it was too big for him, the moments.
He's going to go deep here. Lob down the far side. Great play by the defender. Going up and tipping it away is number 1, Ashton Warren. And Ashton, as a safety last year, had some big plays. And he's shown this year that even as a starting quarterback and a senior, he's still willing to come up and hit, make plays. Because a lot of guys, when they get that point in their career, they don't want to play defense.
Absolutely.
They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to deliver any pain. They just want to play quarterback. Well, Ashton Warren has stepped up big time because he wants this Wynford Royal team to be successful.
And you know what? They're moving him on defense, too. He just doesn't play deep safety anymore.
Here goes Bardo. Bardo's got the first down.
Yep.
4-yard pickup on 3rd and 3.
It's a nice run right there by Blaine Bardo. Getting around that left side edge. When he's had positive yards, that's been the side he's been able to run to.
Davy Jones back at station control, getting set for another edition of the phone board. Campbell will send 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Bardo will set up on his right hip. Shotgun formation for Campbell. Bardo going to stay in the block. Campbell rolling right, throwing right, has Neal. Neal gets a couple extra after the initial hit made by Hunter Rouston, so Neal's actually going to pick up another first down, gain of 16.
Absolutely, Neal having a very nice night. I'll tell you right now, I mean, his numbers at the end of this game are going to be as impressive as any you'll see from a receiver. He's been all over the place.
And that's a relationship that Bucyrus is going to want to continue to develop. Sophomore quarterback, sophomore receiver. Definitely finding some comfort in Neal. Empty backfield again, 1st and 10. Wants to throw, pressure in his face, lets it go, and it's intercepted.
Yep.
Picked off over there on the far side. I think that's Stover.
Yep, sure it is.
The outside linebacker, Jake Stover, with another big play for Wynford, intercepts it and gets the Royals the ball back.
And you know what? One of the things that we've seen a lot over our time calling games is when receivers sort of realize, I got to give up on my route here and start playing defense. And that's sometimes, I think that was a route in which the receiver had an opportunity to break that up because he was not going to be able to catch that ball. He had to come back. The ball was hanging in the air. Campbell had pressure. He was thrown across his body. He just kind of threw it up there. And you could tell Stover was going to be the one coming down, and that receiver had to come back and just play defense, knock that thing away. But just kept running his route, and it made it easy for the pick.
Ashton's going to give to Evans and a 9-yard pickup on first down. Ball came out late.
Yeah, he was already down.
But I think they'll mark Evans down. Inside 3 minutes here in the third quarter with this running clock. First half took 93 minutes. 93 minutes for a first half. But we are going to close out this third quarter in less than 20.
Yes, because as we're sitting here with the OH report, they've got a couple of final scores up. I mean, Northmore, Fredericktown's been over for a while, and that Cary-Colonel Crawford game is a final now, 27-7. Big win for the Blue Devils as every team in the N10 is good. You know, they all got losses now. Oh, boy.
Swing pass. Rinfus gets a block from Rouston.
Wow.
Rinfus center of the field. And the speedster. Peace out. Pay dirt for James Rinfus.
It was just a little screen pass. Sorry, Josh, I thought I could talk a little second longer because the Bucyrus defense looked like they were converging. How silly of me, you know, because Rinfus just made everybody look foolish. And, again, a couple of great moves cut inside, and he's in the end zone. Easy touchdown once again for the Royals.
On the replay, you couldn't quite see it there, but Hunter Rouston, just 5'7", undersized kid, but a heart of a lion, has played his tail off tonight. He will not shy away from contact. He's going to go out and block you no matter your size. He'll go out and do the job that you ask him, and he's able to spring Rinfus for 6 there. Halsmeyer's kick up and through the uprights. It is good. And with 1:24 to go in the third quarter, it's all Wynford. Oh, we do have a flag down. Roughing the kicker. So it's going to be declined, and the score stays 62-18 with 1:24 to go in the third. Bucyrus in the football when we come back.
Wynford going to kick off from the Bucyrus 45-yard line, Josh. Nice
End over end is going to bounce at the 2, and it's actually going to be fielded at the 2. Cam Lewis.
Not such a good move.
And he's going to be cut down at the 8. And who is that? Hunter Rouston.
Yeah.
Put him out there. Give me 12 of that kid. We'll go win state. Give me 12 kids with a heart like that. We'll go win it.
Yep, and I was going to say, you could see Lewis trying to tip around the edge, and he tried to kind of do the swim move around him, and Rouston just went low, took him right out at the ankles. Well done.
63-18.
Should, unless he runs out there, that might be it. 15 seconds left and counting in the third quarter. So,
clock dwindling, 7.
Will they get a playoff? 2 seconds,
I don't
1
think
second?
they will.
No, they will not. So
we go to the fourth quarter. From Wynford, it's the Royals 63 and the Redmen 18. You're listening to the Battle of the Copper Kettle here on Q92.7 FM, WQEL.com, and streaming live online on the OH Report. Fourth quarter coming up when we come back.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Redmen out for their first possession of the second half. Handoff. Bartow moving right side and not a lot of room. Excuse me. That's their second possession of the second half.
Absolutely.
So quick moving, you know.
Well, absolutely. The way this game has just flown by.
Bartow with a gain of 4.
Wynford kind of swapping out some players out there. I mean, they had a couple of starters still out there, but again, a little bit more of a mixed bag than they had early on.
Evan Wright will check out.
Yep.
Campbell back at the helm in the gun. Empty backfield. Campbell wants to throw on 2nd and 6. Rolling left. Looking. Campbell's going to tuck it and scamper out of bounds at the 14, maybe the 15.
Yep. Just couldn't get anybody open, not in where he had an ability to make the throw. And again, remember, he's throwing across his body there when he's rolling out to the left like that. It's a harder throw to make. And, again, if you can't get guys kind of doing an out route or something like that, it's really hard to kind of go up the field and drive it that way. So he just decided to tuck and run.
Able to get a few on that one, sets up 3rd and 2. Line to gain is the 18. Campbell fields the snap, looks to throw, heaves it, Neal, incomplete.
Yep, just overthrew
He
him.
was open, but overthrew him.
This is the type of thing that I mean, look, Bucyrus has got a few. They got their starters out there, and a few of them, there's 2 or 3 of them that are seniors. But for the most part, this is a class full of underclassmen. And this is the type of thing where if I'm Coach Butchko, I probably do pull my team aside and I just say, guys, remember, this is who you're playing in the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. So if you can stay with these guys, you develop these next couple of years, we're right in this thing. So
got to buy in. Biggest thing, buy in. Munpage now in at running back. He is going to catch it out of the backfield.
Nope,
no, he's not.
Oh, and was it a lateral?
It's pretty close.
No, he shook it off over there. Official did.
Munpage looking upfield before he secured the football.
We're going to get a good look at it here on the OH Report replay, where Campbell was at. Ooh,
That is very close.
As parallel gets to the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 2.
And deep in their own territory, Bucyrus will not try and go for it.
Yeah, not from here. And especially got the running clock. I mean, what are we doing here? You know, at some point in time, you just got to just say, all right, let's or was that 4th down and 2?
Oh, I guess that was 4th down.
Is that 4th down? Okay, look at that.
The far side, the chain crew never flipped it.
That's how much I've fallen asleep over here as well. So
now we see a change at quarterback. Number 3, Landon Miller, the freshman, in at the helm. Landon under center. Calls for it. Hands off. Moving right side is the back. Trying to get off the arm tackle. Can't do it. But it is that Maddox Engler?
Yeah.
Engler, his first carry of the night. Also in, another freshman in the backfield. That is Deegan Lutz. So 3 freshmen now running the backfield for the Wynford Royals. That's your JV. Lutz and Engler join Miller in the backfield, but it's going to be timeout Bucyrus. 8:12 to go in the ballgame. 63-18 is your score. Wynford in control here at home. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Right, wide receiver left. Miller turns, gives. It is Deegan Lutz into the end zone for 6. The first varsity touchdown for Deegan. Takes it 11 yards to pay dirt.
They did the quick hitter there, and Bucyrus got lost. They didn't see him. I mean, he was behind all the defenders before they realized he even had the ball in his hands. Again, just quick turn and handoff, beautifully well executed by Wynford. They all worried about the outside pitch. They went right up the middle with it, and even the backups are scoring at will.
Holzmeyer back in for the extra point, trying to make it 70-18. Warren to hold. Snap back, low one. Gets it down. Holzmeyer drives through it, and it is good. Great execution there. Ashton Warren holding tight. Holzmeyer keeping his focus, and he makes it 70-18 with 7:11 to go. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Of course, reminding you that Davy Jones back at station control, getting set for another edition of the phone board. Call up Davy, 419-562-2222, 1-888-843-0024. If you're on your way home, hopefully you are in the car long enough to catch Davy, because a little bit elongated first half here tonight. A couple other games in the area getting done a little quicker.
Please give him a call tonight. Tell him about the games you were at. Otherwise, you know, we have to listen to him complain about how this game took too long and he missed all of the phone calls. So, yeah, this has been an unbelievable performance here. Wynford Royals have really shown up tonight. I mean, I'll be honest with you, look, it can be very easy, and even in a rivalry game, to kind of look past an opponent when they're winless. But Wynford has not done that. And, you know what, they have been impressive, super impressive, both sides of the ball. I mean, yeah, Bucyrus got a couple of throws that went deep and, you know, a couple of big touchdowns. But ultimately, even the defense has played pretty darn good for Wynford tonight.
This Royal offense has now put up 111 points in their last 2 games. Kickoff will be fielded at the 29. Taken upfield, that's Lewis. Cam goes over the 40 and down at the 41-yard line.
And let's not
pretty good starting field position, but
don't undershoot the fact that, look, you know, 2 things. Wynford had if I'm going to double check, the second lowest scoring offense in the N10 coming into the game. They were scoring 20 points. They get a little over 20 points a game. This is going to help the average.
This will definitely bump that up a little bit.
Bucyrus, who is letting up 56 points per game, going to hurt their average. So how often do you see that? So
definitely some coaching points to be taken away from tonight, as now we see 15 London Wade in at quarterback.
London, a freshman. And they'll run a last-minute body. Grady Weber going to move in for offense. He plays defense, but first time going to get a chance to go out there for offensive side.
Weber at slot receiver. They're going to hand off. Running back, moving right side, trying to find the corner. Gets to the line of scrimmage, then taken down. That was, I believe, Luis Martinez.
It was. That was Martinez. Couldn't get quite back to that line of scrimmage.
Little timid there. Maybe a little bit harder out of the chute.
And again, these guys are, more freshmen for Bucyrus, and they've left in a couple of the freshman starters on the line, but everybody else is replacement. This is the kind of the JV squad, a lot of freshmen out there, things like that. So
5:05 left. Again, Martinez off the right tackle. Martinez this time picks up 5. Gets up to the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. Clock inside 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Martinez.
Coming up tomorrow on WQEL, it is Ohio State football. Buckeyes taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Illini.
Illini? They changed it.
The Irish. Illinois, I'm all shook.
It's all good. We've all been there.
Both start with an I.
Yeah, exactly. And it's west.
I skimmed
west on 30.
Beard's notes too quick.
Yeah.
And
There's Martinez
again. Right side picks up 2. Yes, they do play the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And the last time that Notre Dame beat Ohio State, there wasn't a head coach in college football born yet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Last time Notre Dame beat them, 1936. Mac Brown is the oldest coach in college football. He was 15 years away from being born.
You just took away Davey's trivia question
I
for
did.
phone board.
4th and 4 now.
We just got a good report from the Orchard Report. They said Davey was 42 at that time. Well said.
He was actually already retired.
Exactly. There's Munpage. Good run.
Gary Munpage collects a block. Munpage to the 30, 25. Munpage down at the 20-yard line. No flags.
Nope.
And that's the best play for Munpage of the night and one of the better for the Redmen.
Oh, unquestionably. 32-yard run. And honestly, they were basically, that carry gave them more running yards in one play than they've had in the game up to this point. So nice run for the Demarius, the sophomore.
1st and 10, clock at 3 minutes. Pistol formation, he's going to give Martinez. Shakes a tackle in the backfield, gets off another, but then gang tackled. A couple guys just a little late to the party, but they got there. Wrapped him up for a loss on the play of 4. So now 2nd and 15. And, of course, that pregame for tomorrow's OSU Notre Dame game is at 6.
A little slow getting this one in, but just 2:20 on the clock now.
Doubles formation. Again, it is Martinez running outside, hitting the backfield and drugged down. Over there making that play, I believe that was Deegan Lutz.
Yeah, he just couldn't outrun. He was trying to outrun him to the corner. And sometimes that's a lesson even young backs learn, is that they're like, man, I can't outrun everybody. Sometimes there are guys on other teams that might be a little faster than me.
Minute 50 left to go here from Wynford tonight. 70-18. Royals in control.
See if they let London Wade throw a pass. They brought back Munpage into the backfield again here.
Wynford will be taking on the copper kettle. Actually, they'll just leave it in the case for the 26th year in a row. Handoff. Munpage Started up the gut, bounced it left side, and not a lot of room in there. Cut down in the backfield this time by, he's celebrating a lot, it's 55, Sean Wappelhorst.
Yep. And that'll be 4th down and 17. And London Wade's like, all right, let's throw some passes here. I have not done that yet in my varsity career, so here's maybe he gets his first chance.
Inside a minute, 4th and 17. Actually, we'll call it 4th and 18.
Yep, with 50 seconds left. He's going to turn around, look around. 3 seconds left on the play clock. He gets the ball. Here we go.
Rolling right, wants to lob it. Far side, incomplete. Had a man out there, but led him a little too far. Turnover on downs. And with 37 seconds to go, Wynford will just need to kneel it. And they will once again hold the Copper Kettle high.
Again, very, very impressive performance. I can't say enough good things about the way Kyle Skidmore has brought this team together, because last year was a disappointment in terms of wins and losses, but they lost so many close games, and we knew they were better we knew they were better than the record. And then this year started off 1-3, and it could have gotten away from them. But these last couple of games, they just look different. I mean, they look really different. Like they're figuring it out.
Win tonight gets them back to 500. There it is, the victory formation, and that should do it. The Wynford Royals here at home take care of the Bucyrus Redmen 70-18. For 26 years in a row, the Wynford Royals will hold the Copper Kettle above their heads. And in the 47th battle, Wynford is victorious. Stay tuned. Coming up, it's the Ken Stallings Team postgame show brought to you by Ken and Matt Studer at Ken Stallings Team. We'll be right back.
Give me...
For the comeback.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
We toil. We sweat. We live. We breathe. We ache and cry and laugh and bleed. We dance. We play. We love. We nourish. We yearn and wish and hope and cherish. We mend. We heal. We repair. We sow. We plant and tend and gather and grow. We feed our families and the world's too. It's a calling, a feeling, real and true. We need no thanks, rewards, or dues. We love this land. It's what we do.
wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa! Grandpa? I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Show brought to you by Ken and Matt Studer at Ken Standing Seam. Phone Matt today at 419-544-6275. That is Matt Studer at 419-544-6275. No matter what your roofing needs, Matt has a custom roof rolled out on site for you. I promise you, it's the last roof you'll need. When a storm comes, when the snow comes, hail comes, you won't have to stress about it. Matt Studer and Ken Standing Seam, their roofs will take the fruit of anything Mother Nature can bring at it. Phone Matt today, 419-544-6275 for the last roof you will need.
These are our award winners, and we got a whole bunch of them here. First off, the Chevrolet of Bucyrus, first to score, goes to Caden Blair. Caden ends up getting the 4-yard touchdown run, and he will get himself a gift certificate to a local fast food restaurant and a T-shirt from Chevrolet of Bucyrus. Congratulations to Caden. Caden scored five touchdowns in this game, and quite honestly, that would make him our game MVP almost any night. And but because he's already winning a T-shirt and a little some food, we decided let's give it to a lineman, the guys who are blowing the holes open. And we said, well, which lineman we go to? We figured we'll go with the leader, the senior leader on this one. We're going to go with Kalen Skidmore. Kalen, even though we didn't say his name specifically a lot, we're just like, all right, how do you pick one lineman out of the group? It's really hard to do that, I mean, in this situation. But he, senior, he's the leader, and quite honestly, been so impressive these last couple of weeks opening holes for these runners that we figured let's give the team MVP for the Lewis family McDonald's MVP to a lineman, and Kalen is going to pick that up for Wynford. We're going to give it to Christian Neal for Bucyrus. That one was pretty easy, as Christian Neal, 2 touchdowns, big game for him as a receiver. They'll both get a gift certificate from the Lewis family McDonald's. And lastly, our Spitzer Motors game changer. We're looking for that one big play that changes the game around. Every once in a while, you get something a little different in there. And congratulations to the tight end Stover and Jake Stover right there. 70-yard touchdown catch at the beginning of the second quarter. Opened up the game at 29-6 for Wynford. They never really turned back. We always say 3 scores makes a lot of difference. And once they got up to that point where it was a 23-point game, we were like, this thing's kind of in the wraps right there. And that 70-yard run was so impressive, or 70-yard catch and run was so impressive. Just completely fooled Bucyrus. So Jake Stover is going to get the Spitzer Motors Game Changer T-shirt. So congratulations.
Throw an interception
to those
in there
guys.
for the young man too.
And we want to take a moment, remind everybody that for those who are joining us on the OH Report, they're going to break away right now as Keaton Cooper is going to be doing an MVP interview, so stay tuned. And we appreciate OH Report for being with us throughout the game.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa! Grandpa? I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
the Bo Lacey MVP, Caden Blair. You had a great game tonight. Talk me through it. What was the game plan coming in? What were you thinking coming into this game?
Game plan, really, just run the ball straight down the throat. I mean, we were more than able to do it tonight. Every run was at least 6 yards apiece, and our line just established a new O-line, and there was a bunch of green grass in front of us today.
That you did. 13 carries for 153 yards and 5 touchdowns. What do you account most for with that type of stat line? Where do you put your effort? What do you? I can't think of the word, but what was going through your head?
Tonight going through my head, when I got the ball, I was expecting to get hit, but I mean, on all my touchdown runs, I maybe broke 1-2 tackles. It wasn't too hard. I just had a lot of green space created by my own line.
So you think going in with this newfound success, you guys have had a couple close games. Now you're coming in after this game 3-3, doing pretty well in this back half. What's the goal for next week? What are you guys looking forward to?
Next week, it's not too challenging of a game for us. I mean, it is, and we'll look forward to it just like a regular game. We'll get ready for this next week the same way we do every week, and just come into the game ready for any I can't think of the word.
Right? That's both of us.
Brain's not working right now.
So lastly, thank you for your time. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Camera's right up here.
Shout out to my own line. Shout out to all of our alumni for being here tonight, cheering us on. And shout out to my family.
Perfect. Thank you. You had a great game.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Hey, Grandpa! Grandpa? I still got it.
Hey, I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Tonight's game was brought to you by First Federal Community Bank. Banking locally just got a little easier. Bo Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right and on time. Burkhart Farm Centers, farmers serving farmers. Baker's Pizza in Bucyrus. We are proud of service to the community and even more proud to be the place to go after every local game. Or to watch your favorite team in action, come join us today for a great meal and a great time with friends or family. And Frito-Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose. Food that matters for life's moments.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Well, 1870 is your final from Wynford. Want to thank our QEL partnership this evening with Jeff Roberts and Josh Stallings, and also Keaton Cooper with the MVP interview post-game festivities, as you will. We've got to wrap this one up. Friday Night Pigskin will be starting about 11:30. on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks again to Wynford Athletic Department and the OHSAA for allowing us to bring this game to you live and free. Again, that final 18-70. The Kettle stays at Wynford.